Okay, I do believe we are live. And we are. Anthems are being sung. National anthem is being sung right now. And we're getting ready to roll for the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas Speedway. Green flag is set for 3:12 p.m. There was rain in the area earlier. It has since dissipated, and we're just waiting for race audio to get started. I am getting the race audio from the NASCAR Discord, so I'm just waiting on that. Now that's how to do a command. Not like the ARCA race yesterday. That was lame. Gotta check these stage links. I believe it's 80, 107.
Toyota, let's go places. Everything got everything you need. Cereal? Nah, Hulu Plus Live TV. Cereal good too though. What is this?
Over 75 live channels for sports, news, and entertainment, just like cable.
Ooh, a marshmallow. Marshmallow.
Excuse me, 80, 85, 102 for the stage links. Per Bob Pockers. Fuel is 60 to 64 laps and no competition yellow. Hamlin to the rear replaced diffuser. Logano's in a backup car. Buescher in a backup car. Stenhouse replaced the rear bumper. And Gillen, gear cooler changer. So, 3 to the rear because of unapproved adjustments, and 2 backups.
Hey Joey, you can save money if you fill up a Shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks. Dude, I'm way ahead of you. You saved at the pump? Yeah, I saved at the pump. The pump? The pump. They saved at the pump. Now you can save at
This
the
is a
pump.
dumb commercial. This Advanced Auto Parts commercial is super dumb.
Gas rewards. Now, my turn. Whenever you crack open a bush light, the mountain starts singing. It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. What is going on? Get it, giant candy cane. So smooth. And for the mountains of bush light here. Go racing here in the Heartlands. Green flag. Race hard. Fox Sports welcomes you to the AdventHealth 400 on FS1, 13th race of the season. In the NASCAR Cup Series, Kyle Busch, last year's winner, 3 drivers come in here with 3 Kansas wins apiece. This season, go time is extended right to the checkered flag. 9 of 12 races decided in the double bump and run on the final lap at Coda in Austin, Texas. And then the Bristol Dirt, where the two leaders both come to grief, and Kyle Busch backs across the line into a win. But we weren't done.
There was viewing welcome.
It was the usual kind of scramble, everybody everywhere finish. Mellencamp on top, and then Darlington. The slam and scram by Joey Logano on William Byron has made this, just a wild season and one to remember so far. But Jamie McMurray, Clint Boyer,
Jamie McMurray in the booth this time around.
versus Missouri all day, and I'm sure they will. But after what we've seen yesterday, now we've got a green racetrack after the morning rain, Jamie. Where do you want to run here?
Well, we saw it yesterday, Clint. You're going to have to be able to run the high line and qualify. That's where the top three qualifiers were. And the fact that they were able to do that in qualifying, you're going to have to do in the race. Restarts maybe a little bit on the bottom, but then you can go right back up against the wall. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, three of the best in the field.
Took the words right out. You said restarts, Jamie. I'm telling you, the restarts are going to be wild and chaotic. They always are at Kansas Speedway. Look, you can move down on the bottom of the racetrack a big time block. You think a late caution will come? We've seen that so many times this season. And look at them spinning out 3, 4, 5 wide on restarts.
Come on, NASCAR Discord.
Really chaotic. The biggest crash here ever involved 14 cars, and it happened on a restart. Tyler Reddick came close to his second career pole here yesterday. He's had second place finishes as his best, looking for that first win. Left just a little on the table in his qualifying run of the final round yesterday. Style him up. Hey, Tyler Reddick, it's Corey up the booth. You got us?
Competition caution. First stage is obviously a lap, so we'll just go.
Coming here. We'll try it again. Hey, Tyler Reddick, it's Corey up the booth. You got us?
Hey, yeah, I got you guys.
Man, oh man, what a fun weekend started yesterday.
So, Comp Yellow.
Had a lot of fun with you
Hmm.
over there, and you didn't miss a beat. Come to this racetrack, have a fast hot rod, got it up on the high side. What are you looking at me today?
Man, I gotta say, thanks, Clint. I think that trip inspired me. But certainly, I really just am happy with how Reddick and Chevrolet drove yesterday in practice and it carried over into qualifying. So, obviously, the top is going to be the spot to be. It's going to be really important to be able to run on our lane. So, when you do get to hot traffic or trying to battle back from this certain things in this race, you're going to have to be able to move around. So, hopefully, we can do that. Feel good at all we got. It's going to be a tough race, certainly. A lot of risk, run by the fence, but a lot of rewards to keep.
All right, buddy, I appreciate your time. Let's get us a win.
Thank you, guys.
You heard Kyle Larson say Reddick is the one who's most comfortable up by that wall, and there he is. On the outside of the front row, he finished runner-up for the 5th time last week. Our pole sitter, Christopher Bell, won his 3rd pole of 2022. Row 2, there's Larson, who won here last October, and Austin Cedric, who led the Penske fleet yesterday. The Busch brothers own row 3. Kurt has his best start of the season, and Kyle, last year's winner here. Row 4, Eric Almirola, 7 top 10s here at Kansas. Good track for him. And Alex Bowman, who won on our only other trip to a mile-and-a-half track, Vegas, earlier this year. Martin Truex, a 2-time Kansas winner. And Ryan Blaney makes some adjustments to his pit crew this week. He rounds out the top 10 of the drivers who made it to the final round. And there's a look at the rest of the starting field at the bottom of your screen. But let's check first with Larry McReynolds. And Larry, I know the weather rarely throws you a curveball, but how about that big rain this morning?
Mike, it's weekends like this that keep crew chiefs awake, and one reason I'm following the challenge. Totally different from yesterday. 20 degrees cooler, and that track surface, 35 degrees cooler, and you mentioned it. No rubber on the racetrack when they were getting the screen flag. The big question, did I make enough adjustments, and did I go too far in my adjustments? And Vince Welch, I think that's one reason we'll see drivers that qualify up front going back, and some at the back going to front.
Well, Larry, last week's winner, Joey Logano, will start at the rear in a backup today after a crash yesterday. Man, what a month it's been for Logano. 32nd at Talladega, 29th at Dover, the controversial win last week at Darlington. Been in 14 years at this level.
Oh, Mets back in the lead.
He's not going to do anything any different. He's not going to race.
I'm checking MLB.com. See what the score is of the Mets game. Because I'm also going to be tracking that.
On the back of the front. He fully expects to be there at the end of the day to contend for his 4th Kansas
5-4 Mets top 5 with one away. We're checking about every hour.
Thanks, Janet. Let's have a look at our onboard cameras today. Starting 23rd, the Hunt Brothers Pizza onboard camera rides with Kevin Harvick, a 3-time winner here.
Come on. Come on, NASCAR Discord. Don't fail us now.
Daniel Suarez will wear our box visor cam and carry the Tootsies onboard camera. His teammate Ross Chastain starting 11th with the AdventHealth onboard cam. Eric Almirola carries the Ford in-car camera, starting 7th.
Alright, we're about to go green.
And starting 5th, there's Kurt Busch with the Monster Energy onboard camera today. Well, they came with raincoats, and now they are sun-drenched here in the grandstand. We're going 267
What a face heel turn.
miles. Stage lengths 80, 85, and 102 laps. 45 round pit road, and a fuel window 58 to 62 laps. Joey Logano in a backup car, as is Chris Buescher. They're at the back of the field. Here's Team 22.
Begins to line up.
There we
and
go.
bunch up 2 by 2 behind the Toyota Camry TRD pace car. We're getting set for the AdventHealth 400.
There we go,
And
you
the call
guys.
The start of today's NASCAR Cup Series race is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. The Motor Racing Network's Jeff Striegel.
Kansas Speedway, the crowd on their feet, anticipating the green flag. The 33rd
Be ready, guys.
time the Cup Series has
Toyota
gone under
Camry
the green
TRD
flag here at the Kansas Speedway.
about to peel
Race
off.
13 of 2022 up front. It is the
Exclamation
Toyota.
point, green flag.
Christopher Bell.
chat.
He will start outside row 1
Be
to
ready.
his inside.
Be ready.
Chevrolet of Tyler Reddick, row 2, Kyle Larson, and the Ford of Austin Cindric. Green flag.
Green, green, green.
And we are
Let's
underway.
go racing in the heartland, boys.
Kansas Speedway, side by side. They head to turn 1. Red left 1.
Reddick had the advantage on the inside by about a half a car length. Back comes Christopher Bell up high, side by side to the back straightaway.
Reddick working down to the inside of Christopher Bell. Bell is strong up to the top side, and Reddick determined to poke a fender out in front. Reddick versus Bell.
Reddick down the
Wide
back
behind
stretch.
them for third as Christopher Bell grabs the top spot off turn 4. Seabell will
four,
lead
here
lap
comes
1.
Seabell.
Reddick goes in line
He's gonna lead
second.
lap 1.
They'll settle down from third on
Kyle
back.
Busch
That's
in a
where
mess.
Kyle Larson has the position.
Larson with the number 3 spot. To the outside is Austin Cindric, but maybe only for a moment. Here comes Kurt Busch. He'll dig hard to the bottom of the racetrack. Busch for 4.
Here he comes, Kurt Busch to the inside. Austin Cindric now responds to the challenge from the outside. Austin Cindric still has the position, but Kurt Busch is not finished yet. And also here comes Eric Almirola.
Digging hard to the bottom
Go
of the
back another
racetrack.
3
Eric
tenths on
Almirola
Kyle
now will
Larson.
slide back up right behind Kyle Busch.
Another
Good 3-car
10th
battle
or
here.
2
Cindric, Kurt
gets you to
Busch, and
Austin
Kyle
Cindric.
Busch.
Here they
Another
come into
10th
turn
to
number
Kurt
1.
Busch.
The lead is about 7 car lengths now for Christopher Bell.
So that's the top 5 as we run that 3.
Reeling in Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick trying to hang on to the position. Kyle Larson beginning to loom large as they come off the end of the backstretch. Here's Larson, works toward the middle
Larson
lane.
working on
Reddick
Reddick.
is up high.
And Reddick will hang on to the number
8th
2
place
spot
about
by
to
2
change-
car
7th, 8th
lengths
place about to change
over
hands.
Kyle Larson. Further
Almirola
back
trying
for
to get
fourth,
around
Austin
before
Cindric
he gets
has the
Bowman
spot,
Sherman.
but
Can't
he's
get
got
it
Kurt
done.
Busch and Kyle Busch beginning to close in on the back bumper.
Busch brothers moving in as they
Both
race
those
down
guys
the front
now
stretch
under
into turn
siege
1. Kurt just a
from
car
Ross
length and a half
Chastain
off
in
the
the
back
1.
bumper of Cindric. Kyle's going to go to the inside on
Now
Kurt.
Almirola
That'll be the
finally
battle
around.
for 5th.
Here's Kyle
48.
Busch to the inside, Kurt Busch
Trying
to
to
the
bring
outside.
Chastain
They
with
go
him.
door to door, coming back into corner number 3. It is
Fortunately,
Kyle
first
Busch
they're
trying to inch his way forward along the bottom lane.
Eric Almirola looking on to that good battle between the brothers. Kyle on the inside, Kurt on the
Look, brother
outside.
battle.
All of this going on right behind
This
Austin
one for 5th and
Cindric.
6th. Kyle
Kyle
Busch
trying to take
around
the short way
older brother
around the
Kurt.
racetrack. Kurt running up high next to the safe
Maybe
from
not.
there.
Here
Trying
comes
to build momentum
Big
in
Bush.
that high
Kurt
group.
Busch.
So far, it's a stalemate. Nobody gets the advantage.
Now Kyle Busch finds some more momentum coming up off the bottom of turn 2, and
Kyle
he
Busch
moves forward further ahead.
working
The
on
challenge for the
older brother
lead beginning
Kurt.
to shape up.
Gives
It is
Kyle
as
the
Tyler
position.
Reddick takes a peek to the
That's
inside
the
of
fifth.
Christopher Bell. Nothing doing there as they come to the line to complete lap 5. Trouble off turn 4.
Uh-oh.
It is Chase Briscoe going
Chase
for a
Briscoe
spin.
going for a spin.
He
That's a
clipped
caution.
The outside safer barrier with the right rear corner of the race car and slid all the way down to the infield grass. And the Culligan caution is on the speedway for the first time on lap number 5. Caution is out. Presented by Culligan. Culligan's high-efficiency water softeners are the world's most efficient with their unique upflow proportional brining to their trademarked aqua sensor technology. Learn more at Culligan.com.
Your first house. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's a place to gather. For others, a place to rest. And for others, it's a place that was a place to rest or gather until they built a stadium 2 blocks away, and now all you hear is a roaring crowd or someone asking if you're ready to rock.
Ads here on radio.
You are not ready to rock. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on home and car insurance. Easier than trying to drown out 40,000 people by speaking really loudly.
Today on Hey Culligan, sustainability and better water. Here's Sam.
Hey Culligan, I'm really into sustainability. My clothes, my utensils, my food. But how do I get more sustainability from my water?
Super question, Sam, and the answer is an always-on drinking water system from Culligan, which helps eliminate the equivalent of 15 billion single-use plastic bottles a year.
Whoa, that's a ton of sustainability.
416,000 tons, Sam, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with the free in-home water test with the local Culligan water.
Very early yellow here.
Culligan caution flying over the AdventHealth 400 for a spin up off of turn 4 involving Chase
Let me
Briscoe.
turn things down on the
sliding
race
all the
audio
way
a
down
bit.
to the infield grass. He was able to continue the momentum, get out of that wet grass, and make his way back onto the asphalt and continue
Oh, that
on.
grass is covering
Couple
the
of
grill. He's
fast
got to bring it
movers,
in.
and no surprise, Alex pointed those out at the top of the broadcast, starting at the tail. Denny Hamlin up 10 spots, Logano up 7. Daniel Suarez has picked up 6 positions already, only 6 laps in. Christopher Bell right now leading the field under the caution. From Kansas Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
It's your all-access pass to the world of NASCAR every weekday
I got
morning
some
with
things to
NASCAR
clear off my
Hot
desk. I'll
Pass.
be right back.
Just unreal to hit the fence, to go to the back, to fix it, to make some huge adjustments, and to be able to run as good as we did at the end there.
You'll hear from the sport's biggest stars as they talk life on and off the racetrack.
Great things going all around. You know, it's cool to come back to Kansas. It's great to get back to Victory Lane.
NASCAR Hot Pass, weekday mornings from the Motor Racing Network.
Hi, this is Mike Bagley. Join me along with the cast and crew of the Motor Racing Network every Tuesday night for NASCAR Live. Hear exclusive interviews.
Whenever you're done racing, when you can look back on what you accomplished, that's when you can really appreciate it.
The best moments from each of NASCAR's premier series.
It will be a victory by mere inches. McDowell wins the Daytona 500.
As well as break down the upcoming race weekend and more. It's NASCAR Live every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern.
We will go back under the green flag here in just over a lap. The field will get the indication when they come to the start-finish line. Quick caution. Chase Briscoe
Very quick
was
caution
moving
here.
up and then a problem.
Yeah, he got way up out of the groove out of turn number 4. Just ever so gently glanced it off the safer barrier with the right side of the race car, but that is enough at 179 miles an hour exiting a corner just to get it sideways. Todd, one of the things that you were talking about with Mike Bagley in our pre-race show was not a lot of rubber out there after the heavy rains, and somebody was going to have to go to the outside lane. It didn't take long for most of the
Unfortunately,
No, it didn't. It didn't.
that
And we got a little bit of
poor
black up
unfortunate
there.
soul
Once you've got a
was
ton of,
Chase
when you
Briscoe.
get to the point that you've got 15 cars up there, it's not just you putting all the rubber in, so it makes it a little safer to go up there. But definitely a racetrack where you see guys up at the top. A couple of them trying to work their way around the bottom.
Choose rule in effect, of course.
Oh, here comes the
1.5-mile
choose.
racetrack. So Christopher Bell has the
Here
opportunity.
comes the
Inside
choose.
or outside, he'll go outside row 1, and Tyler Reddick will take the inside. So just like it was 8 laps ago, getting ready for a Geico restart.
As a reminder,
coming for this
switch
restart.
to Geico today and see all the ways you could save.
It'll be
It's easy.
Bell and
Simply go to Geico.com
It'll be Bell
get a
and
rate
Reddick.
quote,
1-2.
and started seeing how much you could save.
Almost said Bell and Briscoe.
Bunches up 2 by 2 over on the back straightaway, half a lap from going green. You know, we were looking at some of the lap times before the caution flag came out. You notice that Christopher Bell, Todd, is running laps in the race faster than what he qualified on yesterday.
Oh, that's going to make it dangerous.
I would say it's just momentum. And you only got the up to speed lap to get there. And really, these guys didn't know what to expect. He ran a really good lap yesterday, but you get a little more comfort, and you get to just build up momentum. That I think if we had
Bell,
2 laps
Reddick,
qualifying
Larson,
yesterday,
Kyle
you'd
Busch,
second lap
Cindric, your
for
top 5, and
Well,
honorable
Christopher Bell
Kurt Busch,
has led the
Chastain,
whole so
Bowman,
far, but just
and
prior to the
Blaney.
caution, Tyler Reddick
Running out
is
your top
running
10
down. Let's
as
see
we
what
come
happens
to
now.
a restart.
As we get ready
Again
to
to
go
the
back
Geico
under the
Restart
green
zone.
flag, it will come out on lap number 9.
Lap number 9.
Bell on the
Green, green,
outside,
green.
Reddick on
We're
the
back
inside,
underway.
right behind the
Exclamation
two of
point
them,
restart in
Kyle
the chat.
Larson and Kyle Busch side by side. They head back to turn 1.
Reddick by a fender into turn number 1, thanks to a pretty good push from Kyle Busch.
Reddick gets a push from Kyle Busch.
Way up the banking. He'll lose 2 spots and fall back to 4th.
Kyle Larson
Wobble from the 20. He's going to lose 2, maybe 3 positions here.
At the expense of Christopher Bell. Plenty of room for Kyle.
And here comes Kyle Larson.
Trying to take the 3rd spot away.
Reddick under fire from the
all way
defending
back to
series champ.
position number 4. Tyler Reddick, the new race leader here at Kansas, as he pulls the field to 1.
Bell on the comeback trail.
And new leader, Tyler Reddick.
Turn 1 last time. He'll go midway up the banking.
Oh, no. Big mess. Middle of the pack.
Kyle Larson has that 2nd position. Kyle Busch now draws alongside. By the time they come back to corner number 3, Kyle Busch working the bottom lane and trying to grab that 2nd
Kyle
spot.
Busch working on Kyle Larson. It's a Kyle and Kyle show
As well.
for 2nd.
3-car battle for that runner-up spot. Here comes Bell to the bottom of the racetrack on his teammate Kyle Busch.
Bell wedges his way to the bottom.
boy.
Slide underneath Kyle Busch to regain the
Slide job, slide job.
Not done yet to the bottom of the racetrack. He's after Larson for 2nd.
Now going after Larson for 2nd.
Down to the inside, now scrambles back up against the line at the midpoint of the backstretch. So Tyler Reddick, the leader. Reddick in
And he'll
front
follow
by
line.
5 car lengths. Kyle Larson right 2nd.
With Christopher
Reddick,
Bell
Larson,
now on the bottom
Bell,
of the
Kyle Busch,
racetrack,
Cindric,
up
your
to the
top
number
5.
3
Then
spot in
Suarez,
front of
Chastain,
Kyle Busch, who
Almirola,
runs
Blaney,
4th, and then a nice
Kurt Busch.
gap of maybe 10 car lengths back to the 5th place running Austin
Back to top
Cindric
10
in turn 1.
at now 12 of 80 laps in stage 1. 12 complete of the 267 that make up today's race.
Here comes Christopher Bell. He rallies back around to the outside and almost lost the spot to Kyle Busch. Now Kyle is going to go on the attack again to the inside.
Christopher Bell right up against
Teammate
the
battle.
outside retaining wall. Not the same for Kyle
one for
Busch,
3rd.
who will run midway through 3 and 4. Tucked back in line.
Christopher
They'll
Bell
go
has it.
nose
Kyle
to
Busch
tail,
wants
back
it.
to 1.
Bell with a block.
Ragged restart where he lost the nose. Christopher Bell ran a couple of laps in the middle of the racetrack. He's got his confidence back now. Right up and ripping the safer barrier.
He is indeed, and he's riding in the 3rd position by the time he comes back into corner number 3. Keeps Kyle Busch at bay, then a gap of another 10 car lengths back to Austin Cindric in 5th.
But up front, Tyler Reddick beginning to drive away from the field. He has opened up a healthy gap, nearly 1.5 seconds. Tyler Reddick, a driver that was basically 1 turn away on the dirt at Bristol from his first career Cup Series win.
That was
and
a great
shot at the
finish.
playoffs. Well, now all of a sudden he finds himself on the outside.
Reddick
of the
should have
top
won that
16
Bristol
looking
dirt
in.
race.
And when
He
you
really
look at
should have.
Tyler Reddick, Jeff, he's been so close so many
Or
times.
14 laps complete
You can almost call
of
him Mr.
267.
2nd place in the NASCAR Cup
66
Series
to
position
go.
right now.
Driver out of Corning,
In stage 1.
California, the 26-year-old Tyler Reddick. Dave, he has come close. We talk about him week in and
Bubba
week
Wallace
out. They have been consistent.
around William Byron.
They've been good. They're just missing one thing.
That's for 14th and 15th place.
Games and run great races and just haven't had luck at the end. But I'll tell you what, I know they're
Here
all
comes
hungry.
Logano trying to get around the 14 Chase Briscoe. Logano had to start at the rear because he was in a backup car. He was forced to a backup car in qualifying.
Right next to the safer barrier, that line
He's
working well for Tyler
31st,
Reddick.
working on
It is.
Briscoe
Reddick
in
has
30th.
5 second-place finishes in his NASCAR Cup Series career. Only one driver in the history of this sport has more second places that's never won a race, and that is G.C. Spencer. 7 runner-up finishes, before he had to hang up the helmet and call it a career. Never won, but 7 second-place finishes. Tyler Reddick would like to not pass that record.
Let's add another stat to that. He's led a grand total coming in 6 laps here at the Kansas Speedway. That coming in, he led 6 laps 1 year ago. He'd never led prior. He's just led his
13-14
lap
changing hands.
Today. Tyler
Bubba Wallace
Reddick,
trying
is
to
this
get
the day
around
Kurt Becker that
Eric
he finally
Jones
breaks
in the
through
Focus
and
Factor
puts that car
43
in that team in victory lane?
and
one
move
thing
the
is
Golden
for
Arches
sure,
to
if
13th.
the opening laps are any indication, the
Maybe
answer
not.
is going to be yes. So the good news for Tyler Reddick, so far, so good. But the bad news is we've got a long way to go yet this afternoon, but he's certainly off to a good start.
He is indeed. You're
No,
quick,
here
Kurt.
comes
Only 18
Eric
laps
Jones,
into
Zach
this thing,
Jones'
but
boy,
once
is
he has
Ken
taken the
Squire
lead,
Carlson.
he has driven away from Kyle Larson, driven away from Christopher Bell, and driven away from Kyle Busch. Steve Post, you've been hanging around down there in the pit
Leads
box.
now over a
Early
second
on,
between
yes,
Reddick
but they've
and
got a
Larson.
pretty good race car.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
18 complete
log
now.
onto a radio, you don't hear the driver saying anything, and you see him leading the race. That's a good sign, and that's what it's been for Tyler Reddick. Just been very, very smooth, methodical. Feels really good about his race car at this point.
Now, Bubba Wallace finally around Eric Jones. That's for 13th and 14th place.
Got a fast race car. Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet Camaro out front. Kyle Larson,
And Wallace
Christopher
has set
Bell,
his sights
Kyle Busch,
on
and
12th place
Austin
Alex
Cindric.
Bowman.
That is your top 5 as we get ready to complete lap number 20.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure... Jim.
On board with Suarez. He's 6th.
Jim.
Got a good run going so far, but we're only about 20 laps in.
This tastes like the best Coke ever.
Back around to
Your thoughts,
complete
Jen?
that 20th lap.
Can I have a sip?
Quarter of the way
Jen, we're
through this
in the
first
middle of
stage.
reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Hi, I'm MRN lead pit reporter Steve Post. Go behind the scenes each week.
Now,
with
both
me
Fox and
Championship
MRN
Crew Chief Todd Gordon for
are
MRN
in commercial,
Yeah,
so
I've blessed with a lot of opportunities to work with great people and
gonna be
great
lots
drivers.
We'll talk
before
to
I
some of the
can
biggest
give you
names
some
working in the
information.
NASCAR garage stall. Cliff Daniels from Hendrick Motorsports. Hello, Cliff. Welcome back to Crew Call. As well as break down the upcoming races and the weekend's best pit strategies. You can download MRN Crew Call each week wherever you get your podcasts.
Reminder for a chance to win a Blue Emu care kit. Jump on Twitter and help Blue Emu decide which driver or team
back.
needs relief most. It might be Joey Logano. We'll explain here in a moment. Follow them talking about Blue Emu on Twitter at Blue Emu1. Tyler Reddick continues to show the way. He has now led 12 laps. Kyle Larson, Bell, Kyle Busch, and Cindric. So no change in the top 5. 22 complete. Kansas Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Buying a house can feel
Second
like
and a half lead between Reddick and Larson. Go back another second to Christopher Bell. Another half second will take to Kyle Busch. And
resources to simplify the process.
another 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds, to take you to Austin Cindric into 2. That's your top 5 right now at 22 laps.
Stress-free. Visit ruoff.com to learn more. That's ruoff.com.
NASCAR Coast to Coast is a show dedicated to spotlighting the short track community across the country. Whether it's late models out west or modifieds in the Northeast, this show has it covered. Hosted by Chris Wilner and myself, Kyle Rickey, NASCAR Coast to Coast offers
5 to
insightful
4 right
interviews
now.
and fun deep dives into the what, when, why, and hows of
We've only had one
rapid racing
caution
in
for 3
America.
laps.
Offering a new show every Thursday on the Motor Racing Network's YouTube
But
channel.
it's still
This
early.
show serves the heart of racing from coast to coast.
Going to complete 24th lap of this race. Again, stages are 80, 85, and 102.
25 down next time by. Tyler Reddick continues to show the way. Man, they've got a good car. Right behind them, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch. Then it's a long way back to Austin Cindric. You've got to go way, way, way back to find Joey Logano, who right now is running 31st. In a word, Dave, how would you describe the car that Joey's driving?
Uncomfortable at best, Jeff. Uncomfortable, bordering on awful. It just will not rotate the
Joey
corners.
Logano hates his car.
Momentum coming off the top of the turn. He's
I mean, I would too if I started 34.
Sort of close to the safer barrier, and then soft pedaling going to the back straightaway. That's not the recipe for success.
Now, we still have 53 laps to go here in stage number 1. So, Jason Toy, you've been down in the pit box on this backup car after the crash yesterday for Joey Logano.
He's under a second between Reddick and Larson as Tyler Reddick starts to work his way through lap traffic.
He's been very, very loose at the drop of the green flag, and like what Dave was talking about, especially through the corners, trying to get back into the throttle, his back end wants to kick out.
This is playing right into Larson's hands.
Right now, so they make that first serious pit stop, make an air pressure adjustment, they got a chassis adjustment. This team had to do yeoman's work yesterday. After the accident, they pulled a backup car out. It was actually
a tenth of the way through the full distance. 40 of 400 miles, now complete.
They had to rearrange the seat, they had to change the foot pedals in there as well.
Uh-oh.
To make it more comfortable for
Broadcast dropped, radio broadcast dropped out for a quick second.
6.5 hours of work last night just to get this race car on the track here today. They got a long way to go. They can make adjustments here, but they're going to have to get creative in their pit stops to make up some ground.
All right, Jason, thank you very much. We've been watching a couple of battles up here. One, it won't be long, and we may have a battle for the lead. Kyle Larson is reeling in.
We're closing in on a battle for the
other
lead.
one we were watching just a moment ago, Kurt Becker, at your feet right now. Daniel Suarez, what a drive he's having.
Suarez working on the 2 of Cindric. He might have a battle for 3rd and 4th between Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch.
Been able to sustain the momentum by taking that car all the way up to the top of the banking. And you're right, as far as the 2 cars up at the front, about the time it looked like Tyler Reddick was going to check out on the field, all of a sudden here came Kyle Larson. In fact, Kyle's making up more ground on the bottom side on turn 4.
Kyle Larson is digging hard down at the bottom, goes underneath the Josh Malicki car, puts him a lap down as Daniel Suarez
lap traffic
has got
that's
a net
hindering
gain
the 8
of
of Tyler
13
Reddick.
positions right now since the drop of the green flag. So that Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet is picking
30
up
laps
the pace
complete.
for sure. Now, if you
50
go
to
back
go,
and
stage
listen
1.
to our coverage of practice and qualifying yesterday, Todd Gordon, you pointed out that you thought Kurt Busch was going to be one of the drivers to pay close attention to because in the 15-minute practice session, he was able to really hang on to the bottom side of the racetrack. What are you seeing with Kurt Busch right now?
Yeah, it looked like for a while there he'd make that one-loop groove down line work and was making up some speed. And then we've gone through a transition here about lap 25 where that bottom seemed to go away, and even the 19 drove back by him and drove away from him.
Now it's 0.3 of a second to lead for Tyler Reddick.
They lean on their cars in different lanes.
You know, I'm also watching Joey Logano. We just talked about him a moment ago. He is running 31st, and he is in big-time danger of going a lap down as we watch the leaders come off of turn number 4. They are nose to tail now. Logano dead ahead. Let's follow Tyler Reddick back to the corner.
Reddick now has got a rear view mirror full of Kyle Larson, who's come just 2 car lengths behind. 3-lap machine dead ahead. First one will be Todd Gilliland.
Let's see what Tyler Reddick will do on the back straightaway. Looks to the inside. Here he comes now. Goes to the inside to bypass the Todd Gilliland machine. And now sets his sights on the car driven by J. Yaley.
Heavy traffic as Kyle Larson will go to the bottom of the racetrack to try to skirt by the Gilliland car. Yaley now drifts it up the racetrack. Here comes Kyle Larson trying to challenge for the lead.
Larson right up on the
here
back
comes
over
Larson.
the Tyler Reddick machine.
He's by Gilliland. He's by Yaley.
Joey Logano. Larson to the bottom. He wants the lead.
Logano in danger of going a lap down. But who will he go a lap down to? Larson or Reddick?
Of Tyler Reddick. Reddick fights
for the
back
lead.
from the outside lane. Back into the corner though.
Larson
Kyle
working
Larson,
on Reddick.
who goes rocketing on by for the top spot.
And it's Larson.
For the first time here this
New
afternoon,
leader.
there is one thing for sure.
Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson's car will cut to the bottom. That car will turn. We've also got a caution down in turn.
And we got a caution.
One car has come to a
17,
stop.
that's Busher.
B.J. McLeod that has come to a stop.
And McLeod has come to a stop on the apron. Exclamation point caution in the chat.
A big break for Joey Logano.
Big break for Logano right then and there.
The handling of that race car. B.J. McLeod just lost the handle of the race
34
car.
laps.
The tri-oval past the start
50 miles.
Line, spun the car down towards the bottom of the race car. We'll talk a little bit more about how violent a spin is with these race cars and what the turbulent
Our second caution of the afternoon.
Because the roof hatch went straight up on that race car.
Listen, you know me, I'm a huge football fan, but it can be stressful for us super fans. So Progressive is going to help take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how your team threw the wrong ball on the wrong net, just think about how Home Court Explorer lets you easily compare our direct rates with
And
multiple
here comes
companies.
the wrecker. The DJ
Hope
McLeod.
this distraction about Progressive's Home Court Explorer was helpful. It sure helped me from stressing about my team for a bit. Anyway, go sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story. After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad.
Got a bunch
bad.
of Kansas City
But they helped me
Chiefs
find the right battery for my car
in attendance
and even
this
installed it
afternoon at
free.
Kansas
Now
Speedway.
my car starts
Last race before the All-Star Showdown. Parts.
Back here at Kansas Speedway, the field is bunched up behind the pace car. Pit road is open this time by.
Pits are gonna
We'll wait
open
to see
this
if anybody
time.
elects to
Who's
to
gonna
pit
come
lane here
down?
on lap number 35 as the field now comes behind Kip Childress, the pace car driver. Jeff will wait and see if anybody elects to come in.
I would imagine we will see them come to pit road, and Todd Gordon agrees, shaking his head. Yes, bring it on to pit road. Jason Toy, we are 36 laps in, and here they come. Kyle
Here comes the
Larson,
herd.
Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch, Austin Cindric.
And the floodgates are open. Here they all come. Austin Cindric going to be the first to hit the
Here
mark.
they come as we
Daniel
complete
Suarez
lap
with a great
36.
run. No adjustments for him. They're going to go forward tires. Sunoco Fuel going to top it off. Brad Keselowski is in. Also in is Austin Dillon. Martin Truex Jr. We're seeing some adjustments here.
These are
Some
gonna
drivers
be
complaining they're loose.
4 tire
Others complaining
stops.
that they are tight. Also, we're seeing Ryan Blaney make a good stop as well on the turn 4 in the pit road. Steve Post.
Ross Chastain is in 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel. Tyler Reddick reported the car was a little loose. Minor chassis adjustment, 4 tires, Sunoco Fuel. Christopher Bell down and away from the first pit stop. He wins the race off of
And
pit
Bell
road. Tyler
off pit
Reddick
lane
off in the
first.
second spot. It's like Kyle Busch rolls off in third. When we look at Tyler Reddick, and it was a chassis adjustment as well. Kyle Larson reported that the car was just a little bit tight
Larson,
as he was rolling
minus
up off
9.
the corners. Looks like we've got one car in the middle of pit road down
One
there.
car smoking on pit road. Looks like Justin Haley.
Well, that's Justin Haley car. Yeah, Justin Haley pulled away, and as they did, the tire came out, fuel kicked out, a small fire started, both in the pit stall and on Justin Haley's race
Tire
car.
kicked
They
out.
got the fire extinguished, they pushed him back.
Car
They're gonna
went
try to get
ablaze.
that left side tire back on, but gonna have a little bit of a charring effect on
Another
that left rear
loose
corner of the race car.
wheel.
A lost wheel on the left rear for Justin Haley after he pulled away from his pit box and went 2 boxes away.
That is the 10th
Boy, give a credit
loose
and a
wheel
call to the
this
Christopher Bell
season.
pit crew. They got the job done down there on the pit lane
10th
to get
loose
him
wheel
back
this
out
season.
in front of the field. I think we'll select that to be the Xfinity Mobile Reliable Performance of the Race, presented by Xfinity. Xfinity, stay connected lap after lap with America's most reliable 5G network from Xfinity Mobile. Learn more at xfinity.com/mobile.
37 laps are complete. Working under the caution flag, Christopher Bell at the moment at the front of the field from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Relive the thrills of over 50 years of
Oh
NASCAR
my
racing with the Motor Racing Network's
Seriously.
classic race.
10 loose wheels this season. That's going to be a 4-week vacation for someone on the college
The MRN
team.
Audio Vault for unforgettable races and moments.
Dale Jarrett's got the lead. Earnhardt's not going to get him. Dale Jarrett is going to win the Daytona 500.
Available on MRN.com and podcast platform.
Alan Kowicki out of turn number 4, the new Winston Cup champion. He does it across the line.
MRN Classic Races. Check out MRN.com for a podcast series called The Tough Trucks of NASCAR. 25 years and still trucking. We'll take you back to some great races.
Skinner wins it by 2/100ths of a second.
Some wild moments.
Kyle Busch, he's top shelf, digging up top. Mooney spins it.
Just bump heads, and one of those things. It ended up being a rivalry.
And the stories that go with them.
Ron Hornaday Jr. truly is a character.
Download the shows for free on iTunes and at MRN.com.
Adam Stevens, according to Alex Hayden, and he was right, getting the job done on pit road. That crew busting off a stop, and Christopher Bell coming off of pit road in position number 1. I know we talk about it, and Alex and Todd weigh in on this, just how important not only the pit selection is, but having a crew that can get the job done time and time and time again.
Yeah, definitely. It's a huge deal. We race everywhere on these racetracks, and pit road under caution is a huge player. You've got a situation there. Kyle Larson came in as leader, came out 10th. That's 10 cars. That's 9 cars he's got to pass to get back to where he was, and it can take you multiple laps just to get one of them. It's really important to have a good qualifying effort. That's what got Christopher Bell that number 1 pit stall, which is close to the camera, and have those guys that can execute on pit road.
And they don't take it lightly, do they? Alex, you've been down there for years and years and years with the Motor Racing Network. When they bust off a stop and they know it, it's high fives and celebration. When you have a stop that maybe goes wrong, it's all about a team. They try to pick that individual back up. You know what? You got to shake it off, because we're going to do this again another 5, 6, 7, 8 times today.
Lots
you want to just
and
get it out of
lots
the way
of
and move
penalties.
forward, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things, too, that is such an unsung hero type of position, being an over-the-wall crew member. We all know this, Todd, obviously crew chief for a number of years, that they weren't expecting a caution flag to fly here on lap number 34, so they may be behind the pit box. Some may have been loosened up. Some might just be kind of tinkering around with some things, but suddenly caution happens. Crew chief says, okay, we're coming in. You've got to be ready to go in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, and those guys are, I mean, they're all professionals at this point. That's their only job and what they work on all week. During this race, it's one thing you tell them is, I want you prepared at all times from green to checker. So you're ready to hit it. Guys are back there hitting
going to go back
hitting
green
patterns,
at
making sure that the
lap
hangs are
39.
keeping themselves loose and ready, so that when this opportunity comes, they can perform at the level they need to.
And Postman, I'm going to
Hamlin
go back
now
to
for removing
Phoenix a
equipment.
year ago
Austin
when
Dillon
that money stopped with a championship on the line, and Kyle Larson
for
brought
an
that
equipment
Chevrolet to
violation
the
as
attention
well.
of his crew. We'll never forget that day when
lap
they
40
celebrated. They knew they had gotten their
tire
driver
on the
off of pit
2.
road in a position to win the championship, and they never looked back.
No, they did not, and that was a championship-winning pit stop right there. The pit stop here came in first, went out 10th. The left front wheel, they had trouble getting it off from the race car. Cliff Daniel just reported that to Kyle and said, we don't know if we have a problem with something sticking there on the left front or if it was a one-time deal. I do know this, the front tire changer will certainly be conscious of that the next time they roll down the pits and he gets ready to take that left front wheel off.
So
we'll
we're getting
have to
ready
see
for a
if it was,
restart.
just
Exclamation
a
point
one-time
restart
situation
in
or
the
if there's something
chat.
mechanically that's catching
Lap
that left front
40.
wheel up onto the hub of that race car.
It's tough for sure, and he had to back up multiple times, Denny Hamlin, into his pit box, and that equipment interference penalty. You mentioned Kyle Larson, Todd, and his slow pit stop down there, the left rear getting hung up. Lots of issues. Same with Austin Dillon. They had them an equipment penalty. The car of Austin Cindric, that 2 car, uncontrolled tire penalty. He had to go to the back of the field as well for this restart.
Well, I guess if you're going to make a mistake, make it now.
Make it
because we've got a
early if
long
you're
way
gonna
to
make
go
a
in this
mistake.
one. 227 laps to be exact. 40 laps to go in stage number 1.
Exclamation point
Green
restarting in
flag
chat. We're
back in
going
the
back
air.
green.
And Christopher Bell is going to get away. He's got help from behind. A teammate is there, Kyle Busch. Now Christopher Bell thinking about crossing over. Tyler Reddick is there.
Reddick is there. He'll battle for the second spot as Christopher Bell gets away. Ross Chastain looking to go up the middle underneath Kyle Busch.
Bell crosses over. He's going to get away.
Tries to rally up to the outside. Chastain from the 5th position.
Restart at lap number 40.
Daniel Suarez in the
That was a
meantime
6-lap
is moving
caution.
fast along the inside.
Trackhouse Racing is going to make a sandwich of the RCR car coming up off turn 4 of Tyler Reddick. He's going to be passed by both
Trackhouse
Trackhouse cars.
sandwich.
Suarez up to 3rd, Chastain
Suarez,
to 4th.
nice.
Third, Chastain fourth.
Nice run for Suarez. He's 3rd right now. Trackhouse Racing is no joke.
He will work his way up toward the high side of the racetrack, coming off the end of the back straightaway, squeezes up in line behind Reddick now. Reddick goes
If any
wide,
team
and
is going to get
Martin Truex Jr.
Suarez his first win,
At the front of the
it'll be
field, you've got a
Trackhouse.
pair of Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas. Right behind them, Trackhouse Racing goes 3-4. Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain.
Separated by just a car length as they try and reel in the leaders while they do that. Kyle Busch has got an idea.
Larson's in a mess.
He looks to the inside on Christopher
On board with
Takes a beat,
Harvick.
starts a run, then
He's
Bell
in a
responds
sandwich.
to the outside, so Kyle Busch backs away
With-
and rides
he
along
was in
down
a
the
sandwich
second
with Blaney
spot.
and Bubba
Bell
Wallace.
anchors his car down low at the bottom of turn 4.
Behind them, good battle among teammates. Ross
Trackhouse
Chastain
teammates.
dips down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Chastain dipping
swings
down
by his
below
teammate Daniel
Suarez.
Suarez.
He will take the
Chastain
third
up the
position.
but Suarez would like to
Looking
take
for
it
his
away.
third
Here
win
in the number
of the
4
season.
position, then it's about 5 car lengths back to the Tyler Reddick machine. He's being challenged by Truex and Alex Bowman.
Here's Alex Bowman. Now he looks down to the bottom side of the
Race for
racetrack.
fifth.
Has to swing
Reddick
from left to right,
has
back
it.
up toward the
Truex
outside wall.
and
Here he
Bowman
comes
won
again,
it.
though. It's Alex Bowman racing up to the inside of Martin Truex Jr.
This is going on
Bowman
right behind Tyler
working on
Reddick. They
Truex.
make their way off 4, wheel to wheel, side by side.
Oh no. Again.
Truex on the outside. He will roll up.
That's the battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th position. Martin Truex Jr., Alex Bowman, Eric Almirola, and now Bubba Wallace will join the party.
Bubba Wallace
Wallace
in
with
the
a good
top 10.
run
He
so
rides
far.
along in the 9th position and is in line right behind Eric Almirola. Almirola works the bottom side. He's trying to take 7th.
Eric Almirola going way down low on Kurt's call as he is right there. As
On board with
Almirola will
Suarez
now
from
keep
4th.
Alex Bowman pushed to the outside as they make their way back into the
I have
corner
a second
side by
between
side.
Almirola
the
to
Gibbs
the
teammates,
inside,
Christopher
Bowman
Bell
to
on the 20,
outside. Eric
18
goes to the
of
white
Kyle
line at the
Busch.
very bottom of the racetrack. Bowman
Another
drives
4
out
tenths
and
takes
through
you
off
to
the
Chastain.
barrier. He'll power around by
Another
nose.
half a
Here's Bowman
second
in the
will
7th
take you
position. He
to the
secures
99
spot from Almirola in
of
8th.
Suarez,
Bubba Wallace
and
right
2 more
there in the
tenths
9th
to
position.
Reddick
All of that traffic
in
working
the
through
number
turn
8.
3.
William Byron right there as well. The
45
top 10
complete.
cars, Dave Moody, running right together. Let's follow Bubba Wallace. He will take that Toyota all the way to the apron as he tries to negotiate
Bubba
around
Wallace
Eric
running the
Almirola.
apron,
Almost to the
uncharacteristic of
grass
him.
at the start-finish line, but it works for Bubba
He likes to
Wallace.
run middle
He
away.
rides under Eric Almirola. Now we'll try and chase down
Oh,
Bowman.
tough. Excuse
Here
me.
he is, Bubba Wallace
Oh,
in the
nice
8th
move by
position, coming
Chase
back into
Elliott.
corner number 3.
You don't
And
see him
Alex
running the
Bowman
apron all too
straight
much.
ahead from him. Now Bowman's going to work to the inside of Martin Truex.
Chase
Jr.
said,
Truex
"Pardon me,
trying to
boys."
fight up to try to hang on to the spot further up in the top 5. Daniel Suarez is under attack for position number 4 from Tyler Reddick.
Reddick working on Suarez. That's for 4th.
Now down to just 1 or 2, but Daniel Suarez pretty good through the middle of the corner. He will hold off Tyler Reddick.
As a result, Daniel Suarez, at least for now, hangs on to the 4th position.
Suarez will hang on for now.
Car lengths back to Tyler Reddick, but here comes Reddick again. Suarez goes
Here comes
high.
Reddick.
Reddick is down low.
32 laps to go in the stage. Dave, let's set the running order. Christopher Bell
And it might
comes
be
across
Reddick
the
that
line.
grabs
He
the
is
4th
first in
position
front of his teammate,
within the next
Kyle
lap or
Busch.
so.
Ross Chastain goes 3rd, then Daniel Suarez and Tyler Reddick. That's your top 5.
6th spot right now belongs to Martin Truex Jr., Alex Bowman 7th, Bubba Wallace is 8th, and Eric Almirola and
He's
William
from
Byron
19th and
to the
20th.
backstretch.
Logano
Byron,
19th.
He's worked his way into the top 10.
And
He would like to
20th
pick up another
is
position, but
Austin
if he does so,
Dillon.
it will have to be at the expense of Eric Almirola, who's straight ahead.
As they come to the line, 49 laps go on the board, 31 to go in stage number 1, and Christopher Bell is the race leader.
The race car
Back
drivers
on board
indoors
with
is unbelievable.
Harvick.
That's why Blue Emu has delivered over 200 care
He is
kits to
15th
NASCAR
right now,
drivers and
working
teams.
on Bubba
You'll be
Wallace
relieved to
for
find Blue
14th.
Emu at Walmart,
Not
Amazon, and
Kurt
nationwide
Busch,
retailers.
working on Kurt
Blue
Busch for
Emu,
14th.
it works fast, and you won't stink. The official pain relief cream of NASCAR.
Kurt Busch
and
has the
MRN.
jump man
Attending an upcoming race,
on board with
Racing
him.
Electronics rentals must be purchased in advance online.
Bubba Wallace running 8th,
RacingElectronics.com. No
working
walk-ups
on
will be
Alex
allowed.
Bowman
The
for
Racing
7th.
Electronics scanner rental, hear uncensored
Bow for 6th, 7th, and
communication
8th.
from every team in the race.
Truex
Streams with a
6th,
live radio
Bowman
broadcast.
7th,
Don't forget to rent
and the
early
23
and save.
Wallace
Your last
running
day to rent
8th.
for Texas All-Star, May 19th. Final day for Charlotte, May 26th. And the final day for Worldwide Technology Raceway is June 3rd. Head over to RacingElectronics.com to secure your scanner rental today.
Everyone knows what it's like to hit a wall. Maybe not at 200 miles an hour, but definitely after working hard all day.
As we
You'll be
complete
relieved to find
lap
Blue Emu
50.
at Walmart, Amazon, and nationwide retailers. Blue Emu, it works fast, and you won't stink. The official pain relief cream of NASCAR and the Motor Racing Network.
Here comes Christopher Bell. 51 laps will go on the board this
Bell's
time.
lead is 0.6 of a second over his teammate Kyle Busch. Ross Chastain goes 3rd, Daniel Suarez is 4th, and Tyler Reddick rounds out the top 5. The team at AdventHealth has your back. With expert care and resources, they can help you feel strong, confident, and supported. So get pro-level care with AdventHealth, the official healthcare provider of Kansas Speedway and Trackhouse Racing. From Kansas Speedway, This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
So now 6/10 of a second lead between the Gibbs teammates.
With, like, talking animals or whatever. We're Root, and we do car insurance differently. Our app gives you smarter rates where your actual
Let me check the
driving
chat
is
for
the
a
number one
minute.
factor. Good drivers end up saving money.
Still nothing.
$100 a year, in fact.
Nothing except me and Streamlabs.
Critters. But at Root, we don't need a mascot to save
Christopher
money.
Bell now the main lap leader. He's led twice for 24 laps. Reddick has led once for 23. Kyle Larson once for 2 laps.
Ready for the biggest, baddest, most patriotic celebration ever. Join us for the Heroes Honor Festival this Memorial Day weekend at Daytona International Speedway, featuring a star-studded lineup, including country legend Toby Keith. This welcome home tribute honors our Vietnam veterans with a grand display of appreciation for our nation's heroes. Everyone is welcome at the Heroes Honor Festival. Veterans, family, and friends, and all Americans. Free to Vietnam vets. Military half off. Open to all. Get your tickets now at heroeshonorfestival.com.
Continuing to move along under the green flag here in the AdventHealth 400. Christopher Bell continues to show the way as we're down to 25 laps to go here in stage number 1. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the leaderboard brought to you by Skechers. Skechers, the comfort and fit specialist. Try Skechers Relaxed Fit, Wide Fit, Stretch Fit, Arch Fit, and many more.
Christopher Bell showing the way on lap number 55 in front of his
55
teammate
complete
Kyle
now.
Busch. Ross Chastain in front of his teammate Daniel Suarez. They go 3-4. Martin Truex Jr.
2 pairs of
is
teammates
5th.
in the top 4.
Tyler Reddick right now 6th. Bubba Wallace with a good early run here this afternoon. He is 7th in front of Alex Bowman, Eric Almirola, and William Byron completing the top 10.
11th is Chase Elliott. 12th is Kyle Larson. 13th is Kurt Busch.
I think
14th
they
is
made a
Ricky
bad
Stenhouse
choice in picking
Jr. Kevin
Keselowski
Harvick
this
goes
week.
15th. Eric Jones is 16th. Danny Hamlin is 17th. Michael McDowell 18th. Ryan Blaney 19th. And Joey Logano is 20th.
Ty Dillon 21st, 22nd, Chris Buescher, Cole Custer 23rd, and Corey LaJoy 24th, Harrison Burton 25th, 26th, Brad Keselowski 27th, Chase Briscoe, Austin Dillon 28th, Noah Gregson 29th, and Austin Cindric completes the top 30.
31st is Todd Gilliland. He is the last car on the lead lap currently. Then Justin Haley in 32nd, 1 lap down. Josh Bilicki is 33rd, 1 lap down. 1 lap down, and 34th is J.J. Ailing. Cody Ware 2 laps down. He's
Kyle
in
Larson
35th.
now
The only
12th.
car being scored off the
Never that
racetrack
bad
right
pit
now
stop.
after a problem earlier was B.J. McLeod after a violent spin here in the tri-oval that got so much air pressure inside the cockpit of the race car, it forced the roof hatch to go flying upwards, and that's forced that race team to have to go back to the garage area.
Lap leaders today, 58 complete. Bell, Christopher Bell, has led 31, and he is currently out front. Tyler Reddick led 24, and Kyle Larson led 3. Kyle, though,
Okay,
like
so
Alex
Christopher
pointed out,
Bell has
back
led
in
31.
13th. He has not made up
Reddick
a lap
24.
round. Right now, a
Larson
couple of
3.
teammates out front, Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch.
As they race their way up off of turn number 4, the red, black, and white Toyota Camry of Christopher Bell leads that powder blue and multicolored M&M's Toyota of Kyle Busch, and then a huge gap back to 3rd and Ross Chastain. The battle for 4th is the good one. It's headed to turn 1.
Daniel Suarez has got it, but Martin Truex
Still
Jr.
good
in
battle for
50-50
4th
fashion has just
between the
slowly
Trackhouse
but surely
duo.
reeled him in. He is right on the back bumper and looking for room on 2.
Daniel Suarez has his hands full right now, just trying to fend off the challenge from Martin Truex Jr. Suarez does have the 4th position, but here's Truex. He closes in even more in turn 4.
And right
Suarez
behind
and
that,
Truex
good
battling.
job as well, because
That's 4th and
Bubba
5th
Wallace
position.
Last lap alongside Tyler Reddick couldn't get the pass done there. Right in front,
Suarez
though,
will fend
Daniel
off that
Suarez
19
trying to
Auto
hold off
Owners
Truex.
Insurance
Truex
Toyota
coming
Martin
after him
Truex
again,
Jr.
looking to the inside on entry into turn number 1. But again, Daniel Suarez pretty good through the
20 to
middle
go.
of the corner. He'll
Stage
hold it
1.
off one more time.
That's why Martin Truex Jr. is going to regroup now, coming back into corner number 3. Takes a look up high this time, but Suarez goes high as well. So Truex now, Suarez loses control in turn number 4 along the outside lane of the racetrack. Big cloud of smoke as the car goes
Trouble.
in. Everyone else dodging left and right.
Boy, that is a tough.
That will be a
break for
caution.
Suarez. What a great afternoon he was having. He may still have a good afternoon, but it's not going to happen now without a lot of work That car has come to a stop.
That will be our third yellow of the afternoon.
Road
Lap
under caution,
61.
lap 61. Christopher Bell still shows the way.
And now an important message from music superstar Willie Nelson. I've been fighting for legalization of the one thing that can bring comfort to millions. And of course, I'm talking about Skechers.
Can we stop the commercial? Willie, I don't think Skechers are illegal anywhere.
Really? But they feel so good.
No, you can wear them anywhere, Willie.
Well, pass the Skechers.
You can still have a good day. Stores can still have a good day, but it's going to take a lot of work after that spin. See how that happens again.
Skechers.com or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Just lost it in the middle of 3 and 4, right there.
NASCAR fan. MRN Classic
Coming
Racing
out of
featuring
4.
50 years of NASCAR racing. Go behind the MRN microphone.
Front fender ran into the safer barrier.
Also check out Jeff Gordon's colorful career, the tough trucks of NASCAR, Junior's journey, the many hats of Jack Roush, Richard Petty Road to Royalty, and the 1993 season. Listen to these and more on the show's page on MRN.com.
So first two cautions were 3 and 5 laps respectively.
Bad to worse. Suarez dead in the water. He needs a tow truck to move the rear tires flat on that car, and only now, courtesy of a wrecker, is he being taken to his top 5 and looking good. Now behind a wrecker, not looking so good. 63 laps complete. Bell, Busch, Kyle Busch, that is. Chastain, Truex, and Tyler Reddick, your top 5 from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Get back to NASCAR roots by driving headfirst into the new home of grassroots racing. Flow Racing keeps the original NASCAR tradition of dirt track racing roaring with more than 1,300 live and on-demand oval events from across the U.S. Learn how the next generation of NASCAR drivers is prospected in sprint car racing.
Closing in on 100 miles here, and Daniel Suarez's day might have just ended early.
That's FLORacing.com/GoRN.
One of NASCAR's all-time greatest drivers, 93 wins, 4 Cup championships, in a career that spanned 25 years. From short tracks to super speedways, he conquered them all and was inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2019, presenting the Motor Racing Network's original podcast series. Jeff Gordon's a colorful career. Relive the moments from his 1993 Rookie of the Year season to a Hall of Fame career. Now on MRN.com or your favorite podcast platforms.
All right, let's go back and revisit yesterday in practice. We saw issues with left rear tires. Todd Gordon talked about that at the top of the broadcast. 6 drivers had issues. Not confirmed, may have been the issue for Daniel Suarez. And now Steve Post, the same issue for the race leader.
Christopher Bell is riding around slowly on the apron, the Ream colors on the Toyota, and it is a left rear flat tire. Now, the good news is pit road open, and he is limping that car at the head of the pack down pit road. Crew way up here at the other end of pit road. They're just hoping he hasn't done any damage to any of the undercarriage of the car. Here they come right now. Tugs the wheel to the left, and here he is into the attention of the crew. They're going to go to the right side first. They're going to do right side work. Then they're going to come around and focus their attention on the left side. We'll see what happens there. Kyle Larson is in. He was reporting his car's a little tight. Eric Jones, he's the first one out from pit road. Jones is long and gone. He was a little bit tight. Kyle Busch is out as well. Now taking a look back at Christopher Bell's pit work. Looks like there's no damage on the left rear of that car. He is down and away well back in the field. But Christopher Bell, tire problem, left rear tire problem. Jason Toy.
Kyle Busch came in and took on his service work. Also sent in for Kevin Harvick. Saw several drivers on the turn 4 end of pit road, including Austin Cindric. Also Ryan Blaney taking right side tires only, trying to shorten things up in this stage. That way when they come in at the end of the stage, 2 tires stop, top it off with fuel. So a little different strategy for some of the guys that have been running back mid-pack.
Really is. Big break for Christopher Bell to have the left rear get cut down under caution, as opposed to something like that could happen under a green flag condition. So put that one in the notebook as a big break. The racing god certainly smiling on Christopher Bell on that one. While we work the Culligan caution here on lap number 64, we are proud to welcome to the broadcast booth Curtis Francois, owner and CEO of the Worldwide Technology Raceway and Gateway NASCAR Cup Series Racing in the greater St. Louis area. We can't wait to get there. Welcome to the broadcast.
It's great to be with you all today. What an exciting time for St. Louis and our whole region. Been waiting for this day for 25 years. Cup is coming to St. Louis. It's finally the big one's going to be there in St. Louis, and we are ready to just welcome everybody and give a little taste of St. Louis hospitality.
Absolutely. Well, let's go down that road then. The St. Louis hospitality at Worldwide Technology Raceway. So many things have been done to enhance the fan experience and to be able to roll the red carpet out for every race fan that's ready to come to this track.
Well, you know, we're about hospitality, and I think we're about the grassroots fan and the racers, and for the first time we get to show that off to this national audience, what all that Chris Blair and myself have been doing over the years, and making sure that when we did have a cup date, we were ready and authentically ready to bring a great race and just a great happening to the St. Louis region. And NASCAR Cup coming to St. Louis, it's a big thing for us.
You and your team have been working tirelessly for the better part of 10 years to make this race happen. What were the emotions like when you finally heard the news, okay, yeah, we're going to get a NASCAR Cup Series race?
Well, I'd say the first thing I had to pinch myself a little bit and said, hey, that's coming, and then quickly reality set in. As I knew after September the 15th when we made the announcement, I had to be ready to go by June 5th. So essentially, we've torn the racetrack apart and put it back together again, just so that when the fans come out, they're treated to something new. I mean, this racetrack went from 170 acres 10 years ago. We're close to 700 acres right now. We have a golf course. We have 1,200 new campsites. We have the new fan zone in the infield, on and on and on. And all that will be a treat for folks that get to show up for the first time.
I know there's been hot tickets going nonstop. First question, tickets still available? Second question, if so, how can fans get them?
Tickets are still available, but they won't be for long. We're certainly on that trajectory that we'll be selling out here. But go to www.raceway.com. That's going to be the best way. You can always call Taylor on the 618-215-8888, the old way.
Approaching 100 miles. 66 laps complete. Next time by 67 complete.
Cannot wait, like the rest of the Motor Racing Network crew and all the fans, cannot wait to get back there to watch NASCAR Cup Series cars go around there. Hosted the Camping World Truck Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series for years, for decades, quite frankly. It's about time we see the Cup cars at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
LaJoy,
No doubt about it. I think everyone's in
Jones
for a treat
did
that
not
comes.
stop.
We've always had great racing when it came to NASCAR racing. The first time this next-gen car goes charging into turn one, they're going to have to go downshift to one gear, and the race is going to be on. It's going to be spectacular.
Heck, they might even downshift twice in turns 1 and 2. It's so unique there at that racetrack. Thank you so much for coming by. One more time, how can fans get tickets?
At www.raceway.com. That's going to be the best way. Great to be with you guys today.
Can't wait to be there. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Curtis Francois, the owner, CEO of the Worldwide Technology Raceway and Gateway.
You know what we'll do before we get off? We'll go down and talk to Kurt Becker, and we'll kind of revisit some of our fond memories of visiting there when they first opened. Can't wait to get there. Green flag goes
back up, lap 67.
Number 67.
100 miles complete, exclamation point, restart in the chat.
LaJoy, Austin Dillon, then Eric Jones.
Roy LaJoy to the bottom, Ricky Stenhouse up top. Oh, Austin Dillon gets way tight.
Austin Dillon with an issue.
But he'll drop back out of the top 10.
Here's Eric Jones.
And he gets in a big mess. He's going to fall out of the top 10.
Now the fourth, now the third. Here's Kyle Busch, though, swinging down the line from second.
Kyle Busch will take the top spot away on exit of turn number 4.
And here comes Kyle Busch
has his
to the lead.
Toyota at the
He's
front
going to bring
of the field,
Ross Chastain with him.
Ross Chastain is on the prowl.
Kyle's got some company. Chastain right there on his back bumper in turn number 1. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for the moment hanging on to third. But they picking him 3 wide to the outside. Eric Jones and William Byron.
Here's Jones to the
Staying
bottom
up
side.
proves to
Byron
be
is in the middle lane,
costly
back straight
for
away. And here
LaJoy.
comes Ricky Stenhouse
Oh,
Jr.
Eric
again to
Jones.
chase Elliott.
Stenhouse Jr. in a
goes
big
from
mess.
6th to 4th to 3rd by the time he gets to turn 4.
4 wide.
Here comes
further
Chase.
back, Bubba
He's
Wallace
going to
says,
third.
No, thank you, had no choice to bail. 4 wide again at the line. Dave William
4
Byron
wide,
in the
oh
middle.
no.
All the way to the bottom goes Tyler Reddick.
Reddick to the bottom.
Cars on the front straightaway. They're still 4 wide in turn number 2.
Oh no, that will not work for long.
So Tyler Reddick comes out of that crowd. He's in the 4th position.
69 laps complete.
Martin Truex Jr. is 6th. Eric Jones loses a couple of
And
spots. He's back
Chase Elliott with his fastest lap of the race at a 30.62.
Speedway. They come to the line. Lap number 70 on the board. 10 to go here in stage number 1. We'll get you back to the action. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network.
4 of Kevin Harvick getting into the safer barrier in turns 3 and 4. He went from 7th to 11th.
Motor Racing Network is live at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas, as we run the NASCAR Cup Series AdventHealth 400, along with Todd Gordon and Jeff Striegel. I'm Alex Hayden. Dave Moody and Kurt Becker calling the action in the corners, up and down the pit lane garage area. Well, that's Steve Post and Jason Toy.
8 laps to go. Next time by in stage number 1. So if you're just joining us, we still got a long way to go. It has been a good one. Let's follow the battle for the lead back to 3.
Uh-oh, lead change.
The lead, but here comes Ross Chastain.
Here comes Chastain.
Chastain diving to the inside.
Chastain can't find the grip up off turn 4. Kyle Busch
Dive
hanging on
on,
the top
no.
spot, if only by a car length. Ross Chastain regroups, remounts, and challenges again.
All over the back
Chastain
bumper as they
everything.
enter turn number 1. Kyle goes to the top. Chastain will choose middle. Can't get a run at it this time off turn number 2 and falls back in line.
So Kyle Busch shows the way at his
Chastain
Toyota,
looking
then Ross
for a groove.
Chastain comes next in the Chevrolet off the end of the backstretch. Here's Chastain again, takes a peek toward the middle lane. Kyle Busch, the leader, up high.
I'm going to add another name to that battle at the front of the field, and we haven't talked about him yet, but we will right now. Chase Elliott has
Chase
got his
Elliott
Chevrolet
is
Camaro
coming
up
hard.
to 3rd, and he's looking for more.
7 to go on the stage.
That's for sure. Running about dead center at the racetrack, trying to reel in Ross Chastain, who rides 2nd.
Here's Chase Elliott now in that 3rd position. He comes up off the top of turn 2, works his way down the backstretch here at Kansas. He's in the 3rd spot, Chase Elliott is. Then a gap of another 5 car lengths back to Tyler Reddick in 4th.
Chase Elliott on the streak of 5 straight top 10
Kurt Busch
finishes
around
of
Kyle
the
Larson.
season. He's won here at Kansas Speedway. He knows his way to Ruoff Mortgage victory lane. Field goes back into
Maybe
turn
not
number
for
1.
long. Here comes Larson fighting back.
Now over Chastain. Another 7 or 8 back to the
That would be for 12th and 13th place.
10 more back to the 4th spot.
That's where we find Tyler Reddick in that 4th position, and a gap of another 6 car lengths behind him. William Byron in 5th, followed by Martin Truex Jr.
And then you've got Bubba Wallace, who is in 7th. 8th, Eric Almirola. Check that, Eric Jones. And then right behind him, you've got Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman getting down to it now. Just a handful
Harvick's
of laps
way up
left
high.
in the stage.
Right now,
Kurt Busch around him. Busch trying to take Kyle Larson with him. Can't get it done.
12 to 14 car lengths.
5 to go on the stage.
Leader, nothing but open racetrack ahead of him. He sets up the entry into corner number 3, riding the high lane right up next to the safer barrier.
Off turn 4, 4 laps to go. Stage number 1. Kyle Busch looking for a green and white checkered flag and the points that come with it. Things settle down inside the top 5 for the moment. Tyler Reddick, I thought Dave was going to challenge for 3rd.
He may yet, but he's going to have to hustle. He goes all the way to the bottom, which you know is not his first choice. He's trying to make some ground on
Ninth
Elliott.
place might change hands soon.
does have the 3rd position, at least for
Blaney
now.
has it.
That's the way they run coming back into turn
And
3. You've got Chase
Bowman
Elliott
wants
3rd.
it.
Tyler Reddick again pinned down slow in that 4th spot.
As Kyle Busch shows the way off of turn number 4 in the previous 48 races, Dave, he has exactly 1 stage win, none in 2022.
77 laps complete this time around. 3 to go. Stage number 1. Chastain a second back. Make that 1.2 seconds back. Another second takes you to Chase Elliott. Another 7/10 is Tyler Reddick. And another half second to William Byron.
It's up to 1.3 seconds now over
Mr.
second
Bell
place, Ross
around
Chastain.
Kevin Harvick.
Well, Chase Elliott, he's settled in line. He runs in 3rd. We're down to 2 laps to go in the stage.
Elliott riding in the 3rd spot.
2 to go.
Looks like
Stage
Tyler
2.
Reddick's gonna be able to run him
Excuse me,
down.
stage 1. 2 to go, stage 1. Ah. Oh my god.
2 car lengths back to Truex.
I got scrambled there for a second, but I'm back.
Position. He has been
We're
close
at
to William
78 of
Byron the past
267
several
laps.
just not quite close enough to put a challenge on to take that
189
spot.
to go.
Wallace right behind there looking on. Eric Jones as well across the line. 1 to go in the stage. Kyle Busch out front
And a white flag in stage
all
1.
by himself with no worries, front or rear. Takes it about a half a car width off that outside barrier. Exits turn number 2.
Here comes Kyle Busch now onto the 2,200-foot back straightaway here at Kansas this afternoon. Back into corner number 3 he comes. Again, the high line all the way
Green and white checkers are going to come out this
Stage number 1
time.
about to be complete,
And stage 1 will belong to Kyle
finishers
Busch.
of the stage. Green and white checkered flag in the air, and Kyle Busch picks up the stage 1 win, his first stage win of the season, his 5th here at Kansas Speedway. Ross Chastain
And this
will
will bring
finish
out a
second.
stage-ending caution.
Chase Elliott will go 3rd. Tyler Reddick 4th. William Byron will be 5th in the stage. Martin Truex Jr. 6th. Bubba Wallace 7th. Eric Jones 8th. Ryan Blaney 9th.
This will be our 4th yellow of the
Alex
afternoon.
Bowman is 10th. The Culligan caution flies over Kansas Speedway.
Progressive's Home Court Explorer lets you easily compare our direct rates with multiple companies. Now that we've covered something you could do, it's time for sports stuff you definitely could not do.
If you were head coach, you would not have gone for it on 4th down. Your confidence in your play calling ability might be a little overblown, considering you're barely confident in which restaurant to order takeout from, let alone choosing a play in front of 70,000 screaming fans.
But you definitely can use Progressive's Home Court Explorer to easily compare rates. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurance comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Sir, are you aware you were going 40 miles an hour? This is a residential area.
Sure, but I'm on my lawnmower? Wait, am I getting a ticket?
No, I've just never seen anyone top 9 miles an hour on one of those bad boys. And mow their entire lawn in 30 seconds? What got into you?
Well, it did fuel up at Sunoco this morning.
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. We've been doing it for American racing for over 50 years. Fuel your best.
There are 186 laps left in today's race before we figure out who will be down in Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. Ready to move or refinance? Ruoff Mortgage opens doors to home ownership with their fast and stress-free mortgage process. Visit ruoff.com to learn how. The pit lane remains closed here at Kansas Speedway, so we'll step away from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Go to HerculesTires.com. There you can find the nearest authorized Hercules retail location to you. Plus, you can use the tire tracker to find out which Hercules tire fits your vehicle the best. That's HerculesTires.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
This is
Okay, let me check in on the Mets.
and anything about love and loss.
What inning are they in? Oh no, it's 8-5 Seattle after 7.
It's an epic journey that 40 bravely undertake with the surefire.
And Pittsburgh just completed a no-hitter.
I am NASCAR. NASCAR Cup Series All-Star Race at Texas, brought to you by Xfinity. Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Reds tossed it was the Reds that tossed a no-hitter and lost. Wow. It's the walks.
We welcome you back to a sunny Kansas Speedway. Sunny for the moment. There are some big old puffy clouds hanging around all around the midwestern part of Kansas City, Kansas.
Let's check NBA scores.
Across the border
Are
over
the,
Kansas City,
are the
Missouri
Bucks
as well.
dismantled?
Or do they say
Are the
Missouri?
Bucks taking out the Celtics?
Either one. It'll work, I think.
Yeah, 26-20. Bucks after
I don't think
one.
you can say it the wrong way. Kyle Busch, he looks like he sees out the front windshield, and that is Kip Childress, meaning he is the lead car, and he will be the
Winner
one
of that will take on Miami
everybody
in
on the
the
pit
Eastern
road. Here they
Conference
come. Kyle
Finals.
Busch, Chastain, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, everybody on the lead lap.
Yeah, they're making their way
Here comes the
down
herd
turn 4 into
down pit
road.
lane
First one, they
at
have
lap
remarkably
number
Ryan Blaney doing a
83.
little work on the right side of his Ford. Kyle Busch gets it counted down as he works his way into the pit box. He says his adjustment that he needs a little better off the corner, middle off. He was tight, so they can make a chassis adjustment for him. Also, air pressure adjustment for Kyle Busch. Second can of Sunoco fuel goes in. Kevin Harvick is in. Martin Truex Jr. He's going to be the first down and away. Kyle Busch came on first. He will not lead first off pit road. Steve Post.
Here they come, the race on for Chase Elliott slides out in front of Ross Chastain. Chase Elliott wins the battle off from pit road. Ross Chastain goes out second, Martin Truex Jr. third, William Byron fourth, and Tyler Reddick fifth. When we look at Ross Chastain, he reported that
Truex.
a little tight.
No, Chase Elliott off pit lane first. Oh my, Kyle Busch -9. Harvick the big winner +8.
And Chase Elliott just would like a little bit more security as the car went down into the corner, but overall, rather happy with the car. Pit stop, end of stage number 1, lap number 83.
And Kyle Busch, again, who was the first one on pit road, I believe unofficially the 10th off of pit road. So we'll reset it for you as we work under the caution. Stage 1 is complete.
The stress race car drivers endure is unbelievable. That's why Blue Emu has delivered over 200 care kits to NASCAR drivers and teams. You'll be relieved to find Blue Emu at Walmart, Amazon, and nationwide retailers. Blue Emu, it works fast and you won't stink. The official pain relief cream of NASCAR and MRN.
The 1993 NASCAR Cup Series season was one like no other, a legendary champion, a Rookie of the Year who would go on to be a member of the NASCAR Hall of Fame, a year marred by unthinkable tragedy. The original Motor Racing Network podcast, the 1993 season, a thrilling Daytona 500 finish, a championship denied for 10-time winner Rusty Wallace, and so much more. Available on MRN.com and podcast platforms. MRN's the 1993 season.
Everyone knows what it's like to hit a wall. Maybe not at 200 miles an hour, but definitely after working hard all day. You'll be relieved to find Blue Emu at Walmart.
So stage 2 we will go to lap
retailers.
165.
Blue Emu, it works fast and you won't stink. The official pain relief cream of NASCAR and the Motor Racing Network.
Lead lap cars have made their pit stops. One of the lead lap cars has come back around for another pit stop. We'll follow up with Jason Toy in a couple of moments. That driver was Kevin Harvick to come off the racetrack a second time. Chase Elliott is the new race leader from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? How do you get in front of companies or get a patent? Call AdventHealth. They've been helping inventors just like you for 35 years.
And thousands of people contact them every month.
With 65 offices, you can meet with an InventHelp representative near you who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. And they offer 3D animations and prototyping services to help demonstrate your idea. InventHelp's exclusive databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to confidentially review new ideas, like yours.
Don't wonder what to do next. Take action right now and get the help you need from InventHelp.
InventHelp. Call today for free information.
Call 1-800-455-7790. That's 1-800-455-7790. Again, 1-800-455-7790.
Today's coverage from Kansas Speedway is brought to you by eBay Motors. With all the right parts at the right prices, visit ebaymotors.com. By Geico. Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save. By Blue Green Vacation, the official vacation ownership provider of NASCAR, invites you to believe in the power of vacation. And by Ruoff Mortgage. If you need a home loan, Ruoff Mortgage makes it stress-free and fast. Visit ruoff.com to learn how.
Welcome back to Kansas Speedway. A moment ago, Jason Toy, we mentioned that Kevin Harvick came off the racetrack for a second time. What's the story down there?
Yeah, Alex, they had a really good pit stop, just a little too good. The left rear did not get tight. Kevin went out on the racetrack, got up on the apron of the racetrack, started feeling the vibration. He backed it down as to not having to come off and lose a pit crew member or anything else here in the next couple of weeks. They came in, tightened it up, told Kevin we got a lot of time to make it back to the front.
All right, we're also going to follow up with Postman in a minute, but NASCAR handing out penalties, and they're big.
Yeah, they are. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin had equipment interference penalties.
Elliott,
Bubba Wallace's
Hamlin.
pit crew was
Equipment
over the
interference.
wall too soon.
Wallace over
Those
the wall
three
too
drivers
soon?
will pull out of line and fall to the tail end of the field. So Chase Elliott, who thought he was going to be the race leader on the restart, will go to the tail end of the field. You mentioned Steve Post and Eric Jones. He was on pit road a couple of different times. Steve?
Yeah, indeed. And they've got a problem. They cannot get the right rear tire on the car. something with the tire engaging on the hub, and that car with that right rear tire will not stay on the car. Looks like they're bringing him down. As a matter of fact, here he is again into the crew, and I'm not sure what quite to make of this one, and I'm scratching my head. I think they are as well. So something over in the right rear, they're having trouble keeping that tire hooked onto the race car as they work on it now on this pit stop, trying to just see if they can just tighten it. 3 crew members trying to torque this thing, trying to get this tire on the right rear of Eric Jones's car.
Well, that would be a total of about
So Ross Chastain will be the race leader when we go back green. Eric Jones on pit lane.
And now he's got problems getting ready to go back under the green flag. That means we've got a Geico restart coming up.
Restart coming up at lap number 87.
It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Well, 400 miles, and it's turning into be a race of attrition for a lot of these teams. A lot of problems on the pit lane, some problems mechanically, and here we go. Back to the Geico restart zone. Green
exclamation
flag
point, restart in the track. Green flag
86
back out.
Up on the board. Ross Chastain on the outside lane. Martin Truex Jr. digs downstairs as they race wheel to wheel.
Side by side into the banking of turn number 1. It'll be Truex on the inside, Chastain on the outside. Kyle Busch looking 3 wide to the outside, will fall back in line.
Here they come now. All of that traffic spills onto the backstretch. The lead battle continues. Ross Chastain to the outside.
Big traffic down here. Battle for the lead. Chastain has it. Truex wants it.
Side by side for the
side by
lead
side
here
for 3 and
at
4.
Kansas. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead at Kansas. William Byron to the bottom. Truex
3 wide coming.
Chastain top side.
Byron races the apron.
Byron down to the apron. He got there first. Byron to the lead.
Powerhouse move for William Byron to grab the race lead for the first time this afternoon. Ross Chastain is second now. Martin Truex Jr. third. And Tyler Reddick trying to work his way back to the front.
Tyler Reddick has done bonsai move time and time again over in turns.
Reddick with a bonsai move on the 12 of Blaney.
The racetrack. It pays dividends. He'll go to
fourth.
Right in front of Ryan Blaney.
Blaney now in the 5th position. Side by side for 6. It's a Busch Brothers family reunion. Kyle to the bottom of the racetrack. Kurt up high.
Here they come now with Reddick starting to squeeze on by to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. So Reddick up to that 3rd position. Further ahead, the battle for the lead is shaping up once again. Ross.
Another battle for the lead coming.
Chastain can get it done. He'll follow him across the line. We'll follow him as well. A pair of Chevrolets at the front of the field.
This time around, they'll stay nose to tail into turn number 1. The battle is behind them for 5th and 6th. Kyle Busch down low. Ryan Blaney up
You have
high.
90 laps on the board.
Looking for daylight.
All of that traffic works its way up the back straightaway here at Kansas with Blaney squeezing by to the outside, and Kyle and Kurt Busch now going door to door.
As they go underneath the Ryan Blaney race car in turn number 4. Kyle Busch will get by Blaney. He'll bring big brother Kurt with him as well. They now begin to set their sights on Martin Truex Jr. as they're side by side in front of him.
Set challenge is on for the number 2 position. Here comes Tyler Reddick.
Here comes the challenge for Reddick.
Sweeps underneath Ross Chastain. Cannot complete the slide job.
Ross Chastain comes
Nothing
strong
yet.
off the backstretch off turn
Can't
number
get
2.
it done.
Regains that 2nd spot. Puts away Tyler Reddick, at least for now, but Reddick is still right there.
There are 8
Reddick
cars
still challenging for that 2nd position. This is going to allow William Byron to pull out.
William Byron back to 8th. That's a teammate in Alex Bowman.
Bowman at the tail end of that pack, running single file right in front of him. Kurt Busch and Kyle
That's
Busch
another
are
battle.
going at it again. This time,
Kurt and Kyle going at it. That's 5th and 6th place changing hands.
He will move up into the 5th position. Kurt Busch will, so slide Kyle Busch back into 6th.
And Kurt will take the position, so slide Kyle Busch back into the 6th position in that Power Blue M&M's machine.
Finish line. Here's Martin Truex Jr. taking a peek to the inside of Tyler Reddick. Nothing doing there. That is a good race for the number 4 spot.
Leaders now closing in on the Eric Jones machine, who is a late rejoin off pit road after having those tire and wheel problems. He's going to have
Jones back on track.
Everyone in the top 5 lines up along the outside lane.
That he'll more than likely go a lap down to William Byron.
A lap now on Eric Jones as they work through turn 4.
All right, we talked about those top 8. Let's
Byron,
give
of
you
course,
at least a
on
look
the
at
wrong
top 10
side.
because
of that
Bell and Kyle Larson
great
are
finish
getting up
last
to-
week at Darlington.
getting ready to join that top 8. Across the line, this is
Got
your
slammed
top
into the
10.
wall by
William
Jerry
Byron,
Logano,
Ross
who
Chastain,
ended up
and
taking the
Tyler
victory.
Reddick, top 3.
Iron finished
Truex is
13th
battling
last
right now
Sunday.
with Kurt Busch, 4th and 5th. Kyle looking on there in 6th. Ryan Blaney 7th.
He was
Alex
5th at
Bowman,
Las Vegas,
Christopher
1st at
Bell,
Atlanta
and
on a
Kyle
mile and a
Larson.
half.
That is your top 10. 70 laps to go in the stage. We got a whale of a show going on here, Todd Gordon.
We do. In the first 15 laps of a tire run, it seems like these guys are all over the
We're at
racetrack.
95,
Different places to
267.
pass. Once we get past that, it seems like we get up the wall. Got a lot of guys. You got Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch race side by side here, and Kyle making a move to the bottom. Got Kurt right in tow behind him.
You know, I'm not going to forget that you said Kurt Busch. Keep an eye on him today. You were right. So far, Kurt Busch looking very
Lead
good
now
out there.
just
You also
under a
mentioned
second
Martin
between
Truex
Byron
Jr.,
and
who is right now
Chastain.
running in position number 4. I wonder if there's a little extra giddy up in that car out front. Dave, he had one taken away last week.
Well, he most certainly did, and William Byron would love to ring the bell here this weekend. You know how racers are. He's still going to think about the one that got away, but there's no way
That one definitely got away from William
like going to
Byron.
victory lane.
And right now, William Byron is opened up by 10 car lengths. Back to a good second-place battle. Ross Chastain has second, but here comes Tyler Reddick.
Boy, and they're battling right behind them, Kurt. What a battle from second on back now as William Byron begins to get away.
And Chase Elliott around that 22.
Tyler Reddick wants it.
They are
That is for
separated
14th.
only by a car length. Tyler Reddick uncharacteristically running the bottom half of the
Elliott
racetrack, trying to
had to
find a
restart in
quicker
the
lane
rear
past Ross
because of
Chastain.
an equipment violation. Equipment
Ross
interference was the call
Ross
there.
Chastain still has the position for now. Here's Tyler Reddick
And he's around
with Ross
Logano.
Chastain to the high
He's now
side. and
14th.
Reddick working the middle lane.
98 laps are now complete in the AdventHealth
Approaching the
400
150
Kansas
mile mark.
Speedway. Here's a quick look at your top 10 as they
The
run.
AdventHealth
William
400.
Byron out front and pulling away right now. Chastain goes second over Tyler Reddick. Martin Truex is 4th over Kurt Busch.
Fox
Then the
appears
rest
to be
of the
going to
top
commercial
10,
right
Kyle
now.
Busch, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, and Kyle Larson.
As we run the AdventHealth 400, 67 laps to go in stage number 2, 169 to go in today's race. We welcome to the broadcast booth President AdventHealth Shawnee Mission, Michael Connect. Welcome to the broadcast. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's so much fun to be here right now and to see this race today.
Absolutely right. The AdventHealth 400. Tell me,
66
race fans
laps
and
to
all
go.
AdventHealth's
Stage
ties to
2.
NASCAR.
We're
Well,
going
we
to
started
lap
a few years ago down in
165 in
Daytona.
this stage.
We have a lot of hospitals in Florida.
The final
and we
stage
saw really good success
is
there with that
102
race.
laps
and
right to the
being a
end.
healthcare sponsor, being able to take care of the community, be able to take care of the drivers, the pit crews. And we said, why not expand that to the Kansas City, where we have a pretty good presence here in this market as well.
Absolutely right. Not only is your name here on the race in the AdventHealth 400, your name is also all over the Ross Chastain car, which is currently having a pretty good race in the second spot.
Yeah, he's doing really well. What a great guy.
Chastain's going to be a
We've
threat to
really enjoyed
win
our relationship with Ross over the years
in this race.
And he shares our values as a faith-based health system. He's also a lot of fun. Where else do we get to smash watermelons than with Ross?
I agree. He's done it twice already this year, and who knows? Today
He
may
might
be
do it
the
a third time.
He's going to do that with the AdventHealth colors on board. Now, AdventHealth focuses on whole person care. In fact, the tagline is "Feel Whole." What is that? What does that mean?
You know, modern medicine is great. Once a person gets sick, we can heal you, we can make you live longer and all that. But what about preventing sickness in the first place? And so really feel whole is how do you extend your life before you get sick and to really take care of yourself. But you know, when you need the expert of cardiology, orthopedics, all that, yeah, come to AdventHealth and we'll get you fixed up.
It's certainly no secret the healthcare business and industry has been challenged, especially over the last 2.5 or so years. How have you and your team responded?
You know, I do really want to say a lot about our team and what they've done in the community. We had leaders volunteer weekend after weekend to give out over 40,000 vaccines to the community. And, you know, we've been in this market now 60 years. Just this last week, we celebrated our 60th year of our hospital being here in the area. So it's all about our team.
Congratulations.
They're the ones
60
every
years
day
in
who
the
wake up
Kansas
and work
City
really
area.
hard to take care of this
AdventHealth.
community.
We appreciate you, your relationship, your entire team, not just with Kansas Speedway, but NASCAR in general. And we can't thank you enough for finally getting the thunderstorms out of here this morning so we can race today.
Yeah, we're glad they were gone, and what a great day for racing right now. This is really special.
Thanks so much for your time, and thanks for your involvement in NASCAR and Kansas Speedway.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely right. That is Michael Connect, President, AdventHealth, Shawnee Mission, as we run the AdventHealth 400.
And they've got their car, the AdventHealth Chevrolet of Ross Chastain, running second to William Byron, who's trying to drive away here as we work the middle stages. So stage number 2, Byron, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, top 3.
It's a thrill being a Toyota racing fan this season because we're all one team.
I play pickup soccer.
What do you drive?
Toyota Camry.
Same as Bubba and Bush. You're part of the Toyota racing team.
I don't have 20/20 vision.
Team.
Restless leg syndrome.
Team.
Speed phobia?
Good one. But you're still part of the Toyota racing team.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I gotta hit the bathroom. I'll be right
NASCAR
back.
season, racing unites us. Don't miss the excitement at toyota.com/racing. Toyota, let's go places. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association of Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
Wing Nation is the show for sprint car fans. Hosted by Aaron Evernham, Ashley Strummy, and myself, the Postman. And community. Whether it's a connection and love for other fans of the sport, experience in the cockpit, or a passion and love for all things dirt racing. Each week, we offer up a live show on Tuesday at noon on Facebook and YouTube, a podcast every Thursday, and a TV show that airs Saturdays on MAV TV.
Lap 107 of 267. It is scheduled here this afternoon. Kurt Busch, we're watching him down the back straightaway. He will move to third around Tyler Reddick, who will go back to fourth. Kurt is on the move. He's now trying to hunt down Ross Chastain. That will be the battle for second. No battle at the front of the field, though. William Byron out front by 50-plus car lengths, then pulling away. We'll pick it up when we come back from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Get back to NASCAR roots by driving headfirst into the new home of grassroots racing. Flow Racing keeps the original NASCAR tradition of dirt track racing roaring with more than 1,300 live and on-demand oval events from across the U.S. Learn how the next generation of NASCAR drivers is prospecting in sprint car racing.
I've returned.
Drive today by going to flowracing.com.
We are working at 108.
That's
Make that 109. Just completed lap 108.
NASCAR Coast
159 laps to go.
The short track community across the country.
57 to go in stage 2.
Northeast, this show has it covered.
Leads now 3 seconds
Kyle Rickey, NASCAR Coast to Coast
between William Byron and Ross Chastain.
Deep dives into the what, when, why, and hows of
2 tenths more will bring you to Kurt Busch in the 45. Another second back to Tyler Reddick in the 4. And another second brings you to Martin Truex Jr. in the 19. That's your top 5. Then it's Kyle Busch 6th, Ryan Blaney 7th, 8th is Alex Bowman, 9th Christopher Bell, your pole sitter, and rounding out the top 10 is Kyle Larson.
Green flag. Good day right now for William Byron. Bad day for Eric Almirola. He gets passed on turn number 4. Eric looked good early on. Another good one, Ross Chastain and Kurt Busch. They're going at it for second in front of Dave Moody.
Kurt has run the Melon Man down from well behind, and now is just pounding away, trying to make that pass for second.
Kurt Busch so comfortable in his car that in turns 3 and 4, he can be on the high side, shift to the middle lane, split the difference between cars to the left and right, and never miss a beat. Car is really working well.
Ross Chastain's done a nice job here in the last couple of laps, dirtying up the air, but Kurt Busch is fast. He's got a good run, this time off the tri-oval.
It's a big-time run off the top of turn number 4.
Big run for Kurt Busch. He's going to get around the Melon Man, Ross Chastain. That's for second. Now Kurt Busch will set his sights on William Byron.
Bad news is he's about 1,000 feet behind the race leader, William Byron. But Kurt Busch, a driver on the move, his car really dialed in well.
Yeah, put him in the category of so far so good. So far so good for Tyler Reddick. He is right now running 4th, and on the other end of that equation is Eric Almirola.
Yeah,
Almirola just went a lap down. He's
after
30th.
starting today's race inside the top 10. So why don't we get a follow-up on the good and the bad at this part of the race? This report from Pit Road is presented by Goodyear.
8 car in the wall. He's got some debris on his grill.
Always focused on the road ahead.
A lot of debris on this grill. Gotta clear that out. Get behind the car, create that vacuum.
He's been very solid in the top 5 right now.
Trouble for the race leader. William Byron is off the pace. The left rear tire.
Left rear tire down on Byron's car. This is gonna bring out a yellow.
Kurt Busch will flash by and grab the top
Kurt
spot.
Busch to the lead. No caution yet.
A trail of smoke and a big problem for then race leader William Byron.
We'll follow him off of turn number 4. We stay under the green flag. This is brutal for William Byron because he would have loved to have seen the caution. He isn't going to get it, Kurt Becker, and now he's got to try to limp that car onto pit road.
Oh my. Tough break for William Byron 2 weeks in a row.
And now will guide the car toward the head of pit road. Finally, he drops down onto the
now he's going to get onto pit lane. 114 laps complete.
He makes his way to pit road at 45 miles per hour. We'll make this our Goodyear Pit Report. Steve Post. Well, William Byron's going to need some new Goodyear tires right now.
What happened there?
Now we're about 10 laps shy of what would have been scheduled pit stops, so they can make it to the end of this stage, but obviously the concern is damage on that Raptor Chevy Camaro. Going to go very traditional pit stop right now around to the right side of the automobile. Right side of tires are out. Now to the left side.
Trouble turn 2. Tyler Reddick is in the fence. He hit
Reddick in the fence?
a couple of laps ago. He's hit it hard this time. He's off the pace, and there may be a left rear problem on the Tyler
Left rear problem on the 8. This might bring out a yellow.
Flag one by one, and the list is just growing. Contenders having issues, either self-induced or on the racetrack. The most latest, Dave, Tyler Reddick is just one after another.
Oh, that tire is shredded off William Byron's car.
Some damage to the right side of that machine, but this time the
He's got
rear end
tons of
jumped
debris
out
on the
from
grill.
under him, and he really pancaked the wall at the entrance of turn 1.
Yeah, this is an ongoing piece here.
Reddick on pit lane at lap
When we get
116.
to green flag cycles, as a crew chief, I'm concerned about that because you leave pit road on the lowest air pressure that's going to be, and that tire is going to be at full lateral load. We could see more issues with these guys if they get through the green flag cycle.
We are right now, Alex, in the midst of our longest green flag run of the day. Your thoughts? Is this why?
It's something I
Gonna
think
be a
every
4-tire
crew chief
change
up and down
for
the pit
Reddick.
lane's got their attention on right now. The attention right now for Steve Post is on Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, that's a right rear flag for Tyler Reddick as he got up into the
150 to go in this race. 48 to go. About to be 47 to go in stage 2.
That was the problem with Tyler Reddick. He had reported a vibration just a little bit to the crew early in that run, but hadn't said anything about it recently.
Kurt Busch, your new leader, up by 2.5 seconds on Ross Chastain.
Scheduled green flag pit stops are coming up, so we'll see how they cycle around with these couple of cars. William Byron and Tyler Reddick having unscheduled stops for tire changes.
All of this lost at the front of the field right now. The 43-year-old driver from Las Vegas, Nevada, Kurt Busch, and he is out front by 2.5 seconds. But now let's go back and revisit. If you're just joining us and you're hearing left rear down here, down there, Tyler Reddick is just the
Byron
most
around
recent.
Chastain.
But let's remind everybody,
Looking to
Todd
unlap
Gordon,
himself
championship
the
winning
hard
crew
way.
chief, why this is happening.
Well, there's a couple of things. It's low air pressure and high camber. And when you try to get more grip out of that left rear tire, you're going to tip more camber into it, and you're going to continue to drive. The air pressure is lower than what Goodyear's minimum recommended air pressure is. It's a risk-reward call made by a crew chief in trying to find speed. But at times you make that speed, and it's in a place that puts it very vulnerable on the tire. Not a tire issue, but just an aggressiveness issue on the call you're making with where you start the air pressure.
It really is. Teams are trying to maximize.
Great
Keep in
explanation
mind,
by
it's
Todd
a
Gordon.
New tire diameter that we're running here in 2022. Teams haven't figured out the tolerances. Goodyear bringing excellent tires to the racetrack each and every week. Teams pushing the envelope, trying to find speed and checkered flags.
24 cars still on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap is AJ Allmendinger
Our app lets us give you smarter rates based on how you actually drive.
That's
not based
Henrik
like
in the
your
16,
job.
excuse me.
Because we know who you are on paper has little to do with who
He
you
may
are
be
behind
going
the
a
wheel.
lap down in
That makes
due
us
time.
pretty different than the guys
First
in
car
the
a lap
mascots.
down is
Root
the
for good
17
drivers.
Chris Buescher.
Over 1.5 million drivers insured. Download the app today. Disclaimers may apply. See Root.com for details. But at Root, we don't need a mascot to save you money.
On your ride home, catch NASCAR today to keep up with the latest.
It opened up, the lane did. Matt went to block the 12, and I just barely got inside of him with a huge run.
Every weekday, you'll hear from the top newsmakers in the sport.
I am with Bubba Wallace down here in Victory Lane.
Plus, some fun peeks behind
31.62 that last lap from William Byron, compared to a 31.74 from race leader Kurt Busch.
The lap is 1:23. Kurt Busch has taken over the race lead, and we have green flag pit stops beginning now. Jason Toy.
Green flag stop. Starting up. First to act is Martin Truex Jr. 4-tire change here.
For Martin Truex Jr. all by himself on pit road.
And here comes Austin Dillon, Jason Toy. He too is ready to make his stop. Also on pit road, Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch.
And the leaders going to make their way down as they work their way.
Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, all coming on pit lane.
Also in Kyle Busch. They count him down into the pit box.
And here comes William Byron trying to unlap himself from race leader Kurt Busch.
Ross Chastain is in, going to be 4 tires. Sunoco Racing Fuel very happy with that automobile. 2 pit boxes in front of him. Alex Bowman is in. Going to be 4 tires. They keep creeping up on this one. A little bit better for Alex Bowman. Jason, more cars in front of you.
Kevin Harvick is in. A little slow on the left front for Harvick.
Kurt Busch is in. Kevin Harvick and Bubba Wallace in and out.
Also further back, Ryan Blaney is in. Austin Cindric is in as well. Brad Keselowski, the pit wall, where the pit sign is out for him as well on the turn 4 in the pit road.
The race leader Kurt Busch is in. Going to be 4 tires. He's very happy with his car. No adjustments on that car. 2 pit boxes in front of him. Here's Kyle Larson. They have damage on the left front of the car, and they are working on
Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson also in, and we have a caution. That is the 4 of Kevin Harvick. We have a yellow. Our 5th yellow of the day, 4th for cause.
Yeah, a couple of stops here, but guys, looks like we're all slowing down now.
We are indeed. Culligan caution is out. A potential problem for Kevin Harvick coming off of the pit lane. Harvick spun the race car in turn 2.
This one comes out
as
at
he was
lap
making his way back around the
126.
racetrack, and that'll put us under the Culligan caution for the 5th time in the middle of green flag pit stops. And this is going to reshuffle up the car deck in a big, big way. We'll have pit road closed for the moment. As we sit right now, we'll set the leaderboard for you once it recycles around. In the meantime, we'll let you know MRN's Care Center updates are brought to you by Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief, official pain relief cream of NASCAR. Blue Emu products support healthy muscles and joints. Blue Emu, it works fast and you won't stink.
Alex Hayden, there's a lot going on, a lot to get to. We'll step away, but only for a moment, and come back and reset from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
I love when they do that.
MRN lead pit reporter Steve Post. Go behind
I
the
absolutely
scenes
love
each
when
week
they do
with
that.
me and championship-winning crew
This is
chief
the
Todd
Motor Racing
Gordon
Network,
for
the
MRN
voice of
Crew
NASCAR.
Call.
Yeah, I've been blessed with a lot of opportunities to work with great people.
Yeah, looks like the Mets are finally going to lose the series.
NASCAR garage stalls. Cliff Daniels from Hendrick Motorsports. Hello, Cliff. Welcome back to Crew Call. As well as break down the upcoming
Washington
races
just
and the
lost
weekend's best pit
to
strategies.
Houston.
You can download MRN Crew Call each week wherever you get your podcasts.
Braves lost in 11.
It's your all-access pass to the world of NASCAR every weekday morning with NASCAR Hot
Need
Pass.
help from Los Angeles.
Yeah, just unreal to hit the fence, to go to the back, to fix it.
Let's check NBA scores.
Adjustments and to be able to run as good as we
As I
can
want
in there.
the Celtics eliminated.
On and off the racetrack.
Great things going all around. You know, it's cool to come back to Kansas. It's great to get back to victory lane.
NASCAR Hot Pass. Weekday mornings from the Motor Racing Network.
We need a couple of assistants up here, just simply to keep track of everything that has been going on on the racetrack. Harvick put us under the caution flag when he spun on exit off of pit road rather, in turns 1 and 2. Back to Ford, up the racetrack. Somebody avoided him, but by inches. He was able to roll back down the banking, grab a gear, drive away. But we were also in the middle of green flag stops. We've had left rear tire issues. There's just
Carrasco
a lot
did not
going
have
on,
his best stuff today.
Alex, and again, when you're right in the middle of green flag stops, that changes
Probably a
everything.
bullpen game tomorrow against St. Louis.
Right now, 16 cars are on the lead lap. Chase Elliott is the race
to
leader.
the lead.
Joey Logano's second. Cole Custer is third. Michael McDowell is fourth. And Ty Dillon is in the number 5 position. Rest of the top 10 will see Harrison Burton 6th. Noah Gregson
How many
is
caution
7th.
left by the
Todd
end of
Gilliland
stage 2?
8th. Kurt Busch 9th and Josh Balicki 10th.
And somebody listening right now is going, wait a minute, Alex, that can't be true. Chase Elliott was penalized back when we put him under the green flag. That restart came on at lap 86.
We are at 22, about to be 23 laps under
But Chase
Yellow.
Elliott went to the tail of the field, so how in the world is Chase out front? Well, he had yet to come to pit road. Those guys hadn't pitted, Todd.
Yeah, sorry, they had a great run going there. He and the 4-car, both, Kevin Harvick, had driven their way back up into the top 15. I think they were 12th and 14th before the cycle started. So they made a lot there, but then stayed out through the cycle here. Just hadn't come to pit road yet. We've got 7 or 8 of them that will pit here, and then that should cycle Kurt Busch back to the lead.
As we sit right now, pit road is closed, but Steve Post, the ongoing issues for Eric Jones in that Petty GMS car, he elected to come to pit lane anyway, even though it was closed because of that ongoing right rear problem.
Eric Jones, penalty, pitting too soon.
And so we talked about 3 men on a wrench. They bent the wrench, but that tire would not come off. Now they're over there with mallets trying to get that right rear tire off from Eric Jones's car. That hub, that nut and that hub are soldered together, it seems like, and they just cannot get that off. The problem is now is that how many laps will that tire go before the tire fails because of wear? Now they've got some big drills out there just trying to do anything to get that right rear tire off the Eric Jones car. That's a mess because the good news is you run the thing until the tire falls off if they can't get it out. And that's not a good scenario either, guys.
All right, you're looking at it right now, Todd. Describe what is going on. I see saws, I see hammers, I see things I've never seen before. What are they trying to do here?
That single lug nut is locked. It's either called or something
Remember,
else. They're just
damaged
trying to
vehicle
get to the point
policy.
where they can get
6
it off.
minutes to
They
repair
had
the
a pop
car
on it. These
and
actually,
get it
all the
to
nuts on these
minimum
cars
speed.
are left-handed treads. So when you look at it from TV and you see them pushing
Once you
down,
get the car to minimum
they're trying to
speed,
loosen it up. It looks like
you're
they're
off
tightening,
the
but they're loosening.
DVP clock
That's
and you
part
get
of
as much time
confusion
as you
there,
need to
but
repair
they
the
still
car
haven't figured out
if
how to get
repairs
this
need
nut
to
off
be
of
made
there, and it's
again.
a problem that they're going to have to deal with.
If you
They're now,
can't get
looks like
to minimum
trying
speed
to cut the nut
and repair the
they'll
car
take
within
wheel
6
off, put a
minutes,
new nut on.
you're done.
It's part of the learning curve and, quite frankly, part of the headaches of some of these race teams out there right now. And this is a major headache for this team, for Eric Jones, as they come to the opening of pit road. It will stay closed, but here comes Eric Almirola with the pit lane closed. Jason
Almirola
Toy, after starting in
is
the
going to
top
get
10,
penalized
this
for
has been
pitting
a
too
rough
soon
day
after
for
this
Eric
one.
Almirola.
Well, he was running pretty decent earlier on, but when there's issues that happened out on the track, especially when Daniel Suarez spun out, to avoid hitting him, had to make a move and got a little bit of damage. And the problem is they've been fixing that damage on the right side, and also, too, on the driver's side on the left front, it got damage up in the wheel well, which allowed things to kind of open up into the driver compartment area. So they were having to put some
of the
some Maribon on
267
the
scheduled.
wheel well of that race car to not only help out with the aero, but also help out with the driver as
137
well.
to
But
go
continue
in
to
this
work
race.
on
35
that
to go
right
stage
side as they go
2.
on that right front now, trying to fix some suspension work. But like you said, Alex, it's gone from pretty
From the
good
looks of
early
things,
on in
this
the great
will be
qualifying
a
effort
linky
to
yellow.
one of the ones they probably want to forget about.
Yeah, for sure. There's a number
He's
of
had
them.
9 leaders,
A
10
huge
lead
impact
changes.
wrench. Am I right about that, Todd? That is being used right now in the right rear of Eric Jones's
5
car.
cautions for now 24 laps.
To try to break that
And only
lug nut
16
free
on the
to get
lead
the right
lap.
rear tire off.
It's something I've not seen used on pit road before. It is. It's a huge hammer gun. Trying to knock that thing back off. I think they put a slit in the nut to try to split it, and it's still not moving it.
Steve Post, as you stand down there, you might get ready to grab a sledgehammer. They may need to put you into action down there.
I'll get all of my weight on that thing.
This might exceed the 6-minute DVP clock, so I'm afraid this might be the end of the day for Eric Jones. Story of his career, I guess.
He was over offering some ideas, talking to people. There was a couple guys from Richard Childress Racing over.
He either gets
it's a mystery on how to get this thing
subpar runs, or he has good runs, but he gets caught up in someone else's mayhem.
Stud to get that left rear or the right rear tire off from Eric Jones's car. Something we've never seen before, and it's got a lot of people shaking their heads down here on pit road.
In hindsight, it may have been quicker just simply to take the entire rear end housing out of the car and put a new one in. Of course, we're kidding, but right now, they are just dead in the water on pit road. Talking about Eric Jones under caution. Back with more in a moment. Chase Elliott needs to pit. Pit road closed, at least at the moment.
Raymond Yachts are here for eBay Motors. So you have to drive 300 miles to your cousin's wedding. Okay, so it's his fourth. But you know what they say, fourth time's a charm. Well, here's the problem.
If you fail 3 times,
but lucky for you, eBay Motors
I don't
tires
even
for just
want
about
to
every
know
make and model. Plus
why
wheels, lug
you
nuts,
failed 3
jack
times.
stands, and more.
Just saying.
122 million parts. Do they have tissues? Oh, good, because I'm definitely a crier. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
The Motor Racing Network brings you more than just race broadcasts. If you're looking for weekly, in-depth motorsports coverage, check out MRN's lineup of weekly programs. NASCAR Coast to Coast with Kyle Rickey and Chris Wilner. Wing Nation with Steve Post. Aaron Evernham and
Everyone
Ashley
from
Cumming.
Elliott
MRN's
on back to
Crew Call with
Austin
Steve Post and
Cindric.
championship-winning crew chief
They've
Todd
yet to
Gordon.
pit. They
And
need
the
to pit.
long-running
But as long as
MRN
Eric
program,
Jones is
NASCAR
on,
Live, hosted by Mike Bagley.
they
Find
can't
these
pit.
shows and more on MRN.com, YouTube, and podcast platforms.
If I were a NASCAR official, I'd say,
Pit
nope,
road
park
is
it, you're
still
done.
closed, and what's also interesting is there are some safety trucks. Alex, they're on the top of the racetrack. They don't appear to be attending to anything, but yet they also haven't moved for the last, 4, 5, 6 minutes?
Yeah, they've just been sitting there, a trio of safety vehicles there as the field passes by to the left of those safety trucks. Work continues on Eric Jones's right rear corner of his race car that Steve Post has been describing. As we sit right now under the caution, pit road stays closed. Safety trucks at the exit of turn 4 still sit idle.
Under the caution, still needing to come to pit road. Chase Elliott, Joey
We're coming to
Logano,
200
Cole
miles,
Custer,
halfway
Michael
home.
McDowell, and Ty Dillon,
AdventHealth
the top 5. But again,
400.
they need to come to pit road. We'll cover that when it happens from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
You might think your old vehicle is nothing more than a piece of junk, but to children in our racing communities, your vehicle can help them live happier and healthier lives. Join others in your community. Put your vehicle to good use and donate it today. It's easy. We'll pick it up for free. Act now to have your car, truck, boat, or other vehicle towed and auctioned off. You'll get a tax deduction, and the NASCAR Foundation gets the proceeds, all for the kids. Call 844-NASCAR-9 today. That's 844-NASCAR-9.
Attending an upcoming race, Racing Electronics rentals must be purchased in advance online at racingelectronics.com. No walk-ups will be allowed. With a Racing Electronics scanner rental, hear uncensored communication from every team in the race or tune into the live radio broadcast. Don't forget to rent early and save. Your last day to rent for Texas All-Star, May 19th. Final day for Charlotte, May 26th. And the final day for Worldwide Technology Raceway is June 3rd. Head over to racingelectronics.com to secure your scanner rental today.
Well, I'm gonna get the free pass on this yellow as we complete lap 133.
Welcome back. Pit road is open, and
Pit
here
road
come
finally
those
open.
cars that have yet to pit. Chase Elliott, Steve Post at the front of the field. Let's document his day as he heads your way.
Yeah, the last pit stop,
And all the lead lap cars remaining are coming on as we come to halfway.
Go to the back. The one thing Chase Elliott has had is a very fast race car. So he was climbing through the field very comfortably, very good, very happy with his car, and he stayed out and inherited the lead during this cycle. Now he has taken his turn getting the pit service. Harrison Burton is in. Noah Gregson is in. Cole Custer is in as well. Among those drivers,
all 4 tire stuff. Chase Elliott.
Green flag pit stops here, getting their service here on lap 133. Jason Toy.
Yeah, one of the drivers we talked about earlier today that had to start scratching the field. Joey Logano was slowly but surely, meticulously working his way towards the front of the field. He came in 4 tires and fuel for that Paul Wolf-led crew. Also, Michael McDowell was in for 4 tires. And a tip of the cap, the Tide dealing a great run for them so far here this afternoon in that Chevrolet. They got 4 tires and fuel and send him back out.
I think we know what the delay was in getting pit lane opened up. Because we're in the cycle of green flag pit stops and all that was going on, cars a lap down, some still on the lead lap, some pitting, some staying out there, and then the caution flag that flies for Kevin Harvick to bring us under that Culligan caution flag, then timing and scoring was kind of a mess at that point. You cannot open pit road until you know exactly who the lead lap cars are, because by rule, first time by when pit lane opens up, it's for lead lap cars only. So they wanted to make sure it was completely fair for everybody on the racetrack, and that was the reason for the delay here.
And here's some good news. It may be, Steve Post, the longest pit stop in NASCAR history. But let's cover it. Eric Jones, those left side tires going on, and in a moment, will he be actually down and away?
I believe so. The crew is now focusing on the left side, which is something different than they've been doing the last 10 minutes. It looks like they have figured out. I'm going to go down there and see what they learned about that or how they got that right side tire off. But left side tire is on. As a matter of fact, it looks like, looking at it, they finally were able to get it unwedged. And, yeah, they have 4 new tires on Eric Jones's car.
And 5 pieces of equipment laying out there on the pit box. It's one of the toughest things we've seen. Again, it's a race car. New things going on and new experiences, Todd, for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. There'll be a lot of people that will ask questions of anybody that they know that's part of this this 43 program to understand what happened and try to learn for what they can do on their pit stops if they have something happen in the future.
As that pit stop is finally over, Eric Almirola, his rough day continues. Daniel Suarez, he was running towards the front of the field before a spin off turn 4. He's back on the pit lane. Suarez's day has gone south in a hurry. He is now 5. He'll go 6 laps down next time by.
We got, what, a group of a dozen cars coming around to take the wave around. They'll come around and pick up at the tail end of the field, and at that point we can finally, once and for all, Alex, reset the running order. Kurt Busch, and before we do this, Todd, I'm going to put you on the spot. You said, and we quote, the guy I'm going to watch today to go to victory lane, Kurt Busch. Why? What was it about what you saw from that team this weekend that made you make that selection?
Well, we'll see where it goes at the end of the day
halfway
here.
home
but
in
practice,
Kansas,
it was impressive that he
Kurt
could make
Busch
speed
back
not
to the
being
front
stuck up in that top lane.
Ryan Blaney,
and the ability to
Martin
make
Truex,
speed being lower
Brad
in the racetrack, I
Keselowski,
thought made the car
now
more
4th,
raceable.
and Kyle Busch 5th.
He's been able to make passes
And
down to the bottom.
Larson,
He's worked his
Cindric,
way
Chase
forward
Elliott,
here. Really good.
Cole
Had a
Custer,
3.5 second
9th,
lead before that cycle started.
and
it'll be fun to watch what he can do the rest of the day.
As we sit right now with the 1 to go before we get back to the Geico Restart zone, there were 16 cars on the lead lap. That whole host of cars that Jeff pointed out
Keselowski
that
driving
took
the
the wave
2.
around. We are up to 27 cars on the lead lap. And Austin Dillon is
Now we're
the
back
final
up to
car
27
on that
cars
lead lap. As
on the lead
everybody
lap.
begins to go on the choose. Kurt Busch, the race
Choose
leader,
rule.
will opt for the outside of the front row. Ryan Blaney will choose to go to the bottom of the front row. So
30 to go
how they're going to
in
line up when
stage
they come
number
back
2.
to the Geico Restart zone.
They are headed towards Kurt Becker, who has had a watchful eye over there in turn number 3. Long delay, Kurt, but we've got it sorted out now. The field appears to be lined up and ready to go. Back under the green flag.
We're going back green at lap 136. Exclamation point restart in the chat.
Anxious to get back up to full song here at Kansas this afternoon. It will be Kurt Busch lining up in the outside lane on the front row with Ryan Blaney to his left. In row 2, Brad Keselowski to the inside of Martin Truex Jr., then Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch in row 3.
Oh my God, our Met's about to come back.
And take that Toyota Camry TRD pace car to the pit lane.
Is he doing
All
the race?
eyes on the front row as they hit the Geico Restart zone, and Shannon Bednarik.
Green flag back in the air.
We're racing again
Lap
at Kansas Speedway.
136.
Kurt Busch gets a shove in the back bumper, courtesy of Martin Truex Jr., trying to push Kurt to the lead as Joey Logano goes to the apron.
Logano looks 3 wide down below the white line on the apron. Brad Keselowski.
Oh no, 4 wide, 4 wide. No, you don't do that.
Wide off turn 2.
Here they come.
You do not go 4 wide.
Trying to go low.
5 wide, no.
He's back in the 5th position. Double wide for the lead.
No, that won't work for long. 4 and 5 wide will not work for long on this track.
Settled down to 3 wide because Joey Logano bailed out of a battle that continues to be 3 wide. On the inside, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott in the middle.
Elliott in the middle and Cindric up top. As now there's contact for the lead. Ryan Blaney goes up the banking, gets into the side of Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch now fights back to the outside, pokes the fender back out in front. He still has Ryan Blaney swung off to the left side, back into corner number 3.
Kurt has help from his brother coming.
Seeking to join them on the high side.
As that settles down at the front of the field, there's still 3
and
wide.
Kurt Busch to the lead.
Close quarters racing, they fall down to 2 wide. Chase Elliott.
Larson just searching for a little extra daylight to make it 3 wide again.
Oh, I wouldn't be doing that if I was Larson.
That pair going at it for the 7th position. Here's Austin Cindric. He's got the spot. And then Chase Elliott slides into 8th behind him. Then Kyle Larson back in 9th.
There are a few empty seats here at the Kansas Speedway.
138 laps complete. 27 to go.
We have been under the green flag now for 139 laps, and it has not disappointed.
It never does at Kansas Speedway for whatever reason. This
is running like a Richmond or Martinsville race.
Or in the fall, it doesn't matter. But this mile-and-a-half racetrack, it races differently than other.
This is a mile-and-a-half track, but it races like a short track.
Racing in the back half of the top 10 in front of Kurt Becker.
Here they come down back into the corner. Kyle Larson looking down to the inside. Chase Elliott is outside, and then Brad Keselowski.
But at the front of the field, Dave, like you said earlier,
Keselowski
it's a family reunion.
Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch separated only by about 5 car lengths. Another 5 or 6.
Keselowski running 7th.
3 more to Martin Truex Jr.
At lap 140.
Gap of another 5 car lengths back to Austin Cindric in 5th. 2 car lengths back of him to Chase Elliott 6th. And then Kyle Larson on the move again in 7th.
Dives for the bottom underneath the Chase Elliott car up off of turn number 4. Elliott has the momentum on the outside lane. Will hang on to the position. Kyle Larson falls in line.
Keselowski started 28th, finished stage 1 21st. He's now top 10.
That 5 car length deficit is down to just 2.
Here comes Kurt Busch off the end of the back straightaway with the advantage. He still has the race lead, but Kyle is right there. Kyle looking high, Kurt looking toward the middle lane, over to turn 4.
Separation, just 2 car lengths between Kurt Busch, who leads, and Kyle Busch, who goes in position number 2. And Ryan Blaney, that is your top 3, 142 down, 23 to go in the stage. We'll get you right back out onto the racetrack in a moment. Right now, though, we need to pause
11 seconds flat because Keselowski got last stop.
On the Motor Racing Network.
Station ID. Ugh. Okay, let me check MLB scores.
This mid-race update is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Zero sugar. With zero sugar and refreshingly delicious.
Bases are loaded, 2 out. It's 8-7 Seattle.
Try it today.
I'm gonna check again at the end of the stage.
Officially at the start-finish line. It's been a heck of a race to this point. 5 Culligan caution flags for a total of 30 laps. We've already completed stage number 1. It was won by Kyle Busch. The lap leaders, Christopher Bell's led the most laps today, a total of 37.
However, working over Harrison Burton.
Tire. He's rebounded.
That's 14th and 15th place changing hands.
Second in lead lap total, William Byron. He's led 25 laps. William Byron cut down a left rear tire. He is back on the lead lap.
And
he's up
give
to
the
the 24th position.
Hanlon,
The third lap leader in the count. 24 laps left.
Yeah, give it to
Tyler
Hanlon.
Reddick. He had a cut down right
Burton trying
rear
to fight
tire.
back.
Tyler Reddick is 1 lap down back at 29.
Well,
Next
maybe
on
not.
the lead lap count, Kurt Busch is 4th and Kyle Busch is 5th.
And that voice belongs to Alex Hayden to his left. Championship winning crew chief Todd Gordon.
145 on the board,
Just
20 to go,
You're
stage
listening
2.
to us live on the Motor Racing Network. I'm Pit Road, Steve Post, and Jason Toy. Dave Moody's over in turn number 1, and Kurt Becker's in 3. And Kurt, it's the Busch brothers at the front of the field.
And it's Kurt Busch.
Busch family reunion at the front of the field.
About 3 to 4 car legs now opening up.
On board with Kurt Busch.
They've been at the front of the field as a
Said 23 laps
But they have
to this
opened up
point.
a 2.5
Letting them
second
12th place.
over third place. Ryan
Stenhouse
Blaney,
in 11th.
Dave Moody, we've seen
Last year's
sunshine
Daytona
for the
500
better
winner,
part of the
Michael
day. There are
McDowell,
some
12th.
big puffy clouds overhead. As a matter of fact, your area of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2 in shade, but it hasn't stopped these drivers from using every bit of the asphalt.
That's right. The open sunshine goes from about midway down the back straightaway all the way around to the entrance of turn number 1.
And the Mets
Turns
lost
1 and 2
8 to
and the
7.
rest of the back straightaway in shadow right now. That makes a dramatic impact on the handling of these race
So
cars.
let's check NBA scores.
17 laps to go. Here's a quick look at the top 5. It's Kurt and Kyle at the front of the field with Ryan Blaney in position
48-43
number 3.
Boston.
Then
I think that
Truex Jr.
56-45 Boston. They're in the third quarter.
That's your top 5.
I do not want Boston
Now
advancing.
it's Geico's Motorcycle Rules of the Road. Avoid biking in the rain and never touch another person's bike.
Hey guys, look at these bikes. So shiny. Whoops. I'm gonna leave a note. Oh gosh, there's more.
And the rule to saving on motorcycle insurance is, in 15 minutes, Geico could save you 15% or more.
Goodyear has been trusted by NASCAR drivers for nearly 70 years. We built their reputation by going above and beyond expectations, always focused on the road ahead. Whether that's 200 laps around the track or 20 trips to the store and back, Goodyear knows we reach our greatest potential by moving forward. That's what makes us better every time we drive. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR. Goodyear, more driven.
No change among the top
Kind of have
3.
the
Busch,
TV drowned out by MRN.
Truex has got a lot of company, though. He is 4th. Cindric, Chase Elliott is running everybody down. We'll get back to it in just a moment. Working lap number 158, 117 to go. From Kansas Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hey race fans, Alex Weaver here, host of Backseat Drivers, the show that breaks down and debates all of the top storylines in the NASCAR Cup Series. Tune in each week to hear from our resident analyst Dylan Mamba Smith and a rotation of NASCAR experts giving their hot takes.
Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., and Austin Cindric.
Be sure to
Your
check
top
us out
5.
every Monday afternoon
But
on
Chase
NASCAR.com
Elliott is running them down.
And we'll see you right back here in the backseat.
And it's Larson 7th, Chastain 8th, Keselowski 9th, and Joey Logano in 10th.
AdventHealth has helped over 10,000 members with patents. You can meet with an AdventHealth representative who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. Take action and get the help you need from AdventHealth.
But something might be wrong with the 6 car.
7790. That's 1-800-455-7790. Again, 1-800-455-7790.
Logano around Keselowski, that's for 9th. Dropped Keselowski to
Chase
10th.
Elliott slowly but surely beginning to reel in the top 5. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead, which has stabilized now. Kurt Busch out front over his little brother by 10 car lengths. They have left Ryan Blaney well behind in 3rd. Then Truex and Austin Cindric. In fact, Alex, why don't we do this? With the 11 laps remaining in the stage, why don't we give them a quick look, give everybody a quick look at the leaderboard, brought to you by Root Insurance. Race fans, Root Insurance does car insurance differently. They're saving good drivers money on car insurance without the mascots. Get the app today. Root for good drivers.
Kurt Busch is the race leader. Kyle Busch goes second. He's 1.1 seconds behind his big brother. Ryan Blaney is 3rd. Martin Truex Jr. 4th. Austin Cindric is 5th, and Chase Elliott goes 6th. Kyle Larson is being scored 7th. Ross Chastain is 8th, Joey Logano 9th, and Denny Hamlin is 10th.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is 11th, followed by Brad Keselowski, who is 12th, Bubba Wallace 13th, Michael McDowell 14th, Noah Gragson, and I'm going to say it again, Noah Gragson right now is running in position number 15.
Great run for Gragson.
Having a great day. Christopher Bell is 17th. Alex Bowman is now 17th.
Great run for Noah Gragson so far.
Harrison Burton 18th. Cole Custer 19th. Ty Dillon is 20th.
21st is Chase Briscoe. 22nd is William Byron. 23rd is Kevin Harvick. Austin Dillon goes 24th with Todd Gilliland 25th. Josh Bilicki is on the lead lap at 26th. He's the last car being scored on the lead lap. Then 1 lap down, Corey LaJoie is 27th. Tyler Reddick 28th. 29th is J.J. Yaley, and Eric Almirola is 30th.
Rest of the running order, Chris Buescher 31st, and Daniel Suarez. Man, he had a great run going early on, then cut down a left rear tire, spun the car dead in the water, went several laps down. Suarez 32nd, Cody Ware, Eric Jones, all kinds of problems on pit road. Justin Haley and B.J. McLeod, 36 teams in action here this afternoon. Lap 158. How about Kurt Busch and what he's doing here this afternoon?
It has been impressive for sure. Kurt Busch looking to get into the winner's circle here in 2022. He's got a fine race car here this afternoon, but a long way to go here at Kansas Speedway. 109 laps to be exact remaining in today's race. Also, how about a call to the team of Joey Logano? He's under attack right now for position number 9 by Denny Hamlin, but remember, he wrecked that car in practice.
Race for 9.
They had to go to a backup car, got it prepared. He was not good.
Here comes Hamlin.
Earlier
Under
today,
Logano. That's for 9th position.
But now Joey Logano
Give it to Hamlin
in
by
the
a fender.
top 10 running that backup car. You gotta credit that entire race team for getting the car prepared and now getting it adjusted every time they've had a chance.
Well, Jason Toy, let's go back and recap what it's been like for Joey Logano. They've been good, they've been bad. Right now, they're not so bad.
Now, right now, they're pretty good. Happy with it because of the timing. They still have more time in this race to go. Another pit stop, another couple of pit stops coming up, too. Every time they come down the pit lane, they made up ground along the racetrack. So that's a good thing. Paul Wolfson making the right adjustments. They're getting that race car to where Joey likes it. They just need to get a longer run car for the next go-around. They're going to make that adjustment on the pit stop. But going from awful to pretty decent right now, they're looking to get great later on.
And right behind Joey is Ricky Stenhouse Jr., another car that had problems and had to go back to the garage. They chose to
Stenhouse
repair
has
the
a
car,
penchant
but
for
started
causing
to tail as
wrecks.
well. Solid 11th place run for these guys right now.
It really is. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has back-to-back top 10 finishes here in the 2022 season, and it's hard to believe, doing the research, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s back-to-back top 10s here this year. This is the first time since 2018 that Stenhouse has had back-to-back top 10 finishes. And Dave Moody, you were down there in the NASCAR Cup Series garage yesterday with Tad Geschecker, team owner, and the rest of that team, watching them thrash, trying to put that back into that race car straight again.
There was a lot of work to do, and they worked long into the night to get it all done and get that car back and ready to go. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is giving it the ride that they deserve after all that work. On the other end of the coin, Alex, Tyler Reddick's day has gone south in a big hurry.
More to go,
A
stage 2.
couple of 3 laps ago, he hit the wall for the 3rd time today at my end of the racetrack, and now he has fallen well off the pace and has gone a lap down. So one too many bouts with the safety barrier here in turns 1 and 2 for Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick's lap down has been compounded 1 + 1, so now Reddick has been put 2 laps down in a good car early on. He's led 24 laps today, but certainly has had his challenges. We're down to just 3 laps to go here in stage number 2. Make that 2 laps to go. Kurt Busch, the race leader in turn 1.
Got things well in hand
We
right
are
now.
at
Country mile between
lap
himself and brother Kyle.
163, 2 to go, stage 2.
Mile and a half over 3rd place.
Here's Kurt
Looks like Kurt Busch will end up winning this second stage.
Hasn't had a lot to deal with. Just a car here, a car there. He swings wide around the outside of the lap car of Todd Gilliland.
Problem on the backstretch. Martin Truex Jr. is off the pace, making his way to turn 3 as the drivers all continue to stay under the green flag.
Front tire.
Final lap of stage number 2 for Kurt Busch.
Right front tire in the 19 has gone bad. Final lap, stage 2. No caution yet.
Austin Dillon machine to put him a lap down, but Curdy's not going to get there.
He will not, and Martin Truex Jr. had worked his way around turn number 4 to the head of pit road, but stayed on the racetrack. In the meantime, Kurt Busch, the race leader, heads off turn 4.
And Truex elected to stay on the racetrack. Here comes Kurt Busch to the green and white checkered flag, heads up by that race team. Martin Truex
Green and white
Jr.
checkered
with
flag
that
is out.
problem
Kurt Busch
is going
wins
to
stage
stay
2.
on the lead lap because they elected to stay out there with the cut down left rear tire. As stage number 2 comes to an end, Kurt Busch picks up the green and white checkered flag. Kyle Busch will finish second in the stage. Finishing third in the stage will be Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric 4th, Chase Elliott 5th, Kyle Larson 6th, Ross Chastain 7th, Denny Hamlin 8th, Joey Logano 9th, Bubba Wallace is 10th. The Culligan caution is on the speedway for the 6th time. Kurt Busch wins the stage. Last time he did that was in Atlanta last July.
Every sports fan dreams of going pro and wants that feeling of being at the top of their game. So now's your time to stop dreaming the dream and start living it. The team at AdventHealth has got your back. With expert care and resources, they can help you feel strong, confident, and supported. So get pro-level care with AdventHealth, the official healthcare provider of Kansas Speedway and Trackhouse Racing. Start your journey at AdventHealth.com.
Relive the thrills of over 50 years of NASCAR racing with the Motor Racing Network's Classic Race.
36th Annual Southern 500. They come down to the start-finish line.
Now we get going at the final stage. 102 laps. We are under the 6th yellow flag. Stage ending yellow. We've had 4 yellows for a certain cause.
Fallon Kowicki out of turn number 4, the new Winston Cup champion. He does it across the line.
MRN Classic Races.
From Kansas Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
On your ride home, catch NASCAR today to keep up with the latest.
It opened up, the lane did. Matt went to block the 12, and I just barely got inside of him with a huge run.
Every weekday, you'll hear from the top newsmakers in the sport.
I am with Bubba Wallace down here in Victory Lane.
Plus, some fun peeks behind the scenes.
I don't really think it's hit me yet. I definitely don't think it's hit me yet.
I'm Chase Elliott. Listen to NASCAR Today every weekday right here on the Motor Racing Network.
The Motor Racing Network's podcast offerings are a must for any NASCAR fan. MRN Classic Races feature over 50 years of NASCAR racing. Go behind the MRN microphones with 50 years the voice of NASCAR. Also check out Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career, The Tough Trucks of NASCAR, Junior's Journey, The Many Hats of Jack Roush, Richard Petty Road to Royalty, and the 1993 season. Listen to these and more on the show's page on MRN.com or on your favorite podcast platform.
Welcome you back to Kansas Speedway, the AdventHealth 400 for the NASCAR Cup Series, and our proud premier partners of the NASCAR Cup Series, Busch Light, Coca-Cola, Geico, and Xfinity.
And Kurt Busch at the front of the field. Todd Gordon, every once in a while you pull for a driver to have a good day. Kurt is one that I think a lot of us pull for. He's a veteran in this series.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Been very
Did one of our Mets get hit by a pitch again?
To coach, mentor, and lead young drivers. Well, he's not only
Did
leading
one of
the
the Mets
young
get hit by a
drivers here on the
pitch again?
racetrack, but the veterans
Oh, no.
too. But for Kurt Busch,
First
it's
time I was
just
trying
good
to
to
talk to
see
my mom,
him
so.
and that team, a brand new team just a year ago, out front and leading here at Kansas.
Yeah, definitely a step forward for the struggles that they had to start the year and just not getting the finishes they want. The whole Toyota camp has shown speed here recently, and Kurt's leading the charge right now with great pace, especially as he goes on and not having to run up there at the wall. I think that shows a lot of potential.
Pit road is open this time.
Pits are going to open this time at lap 168.
He did lose a lap. Now, since
99 laps to go this time around.
He cannot take the wave around once this gets recycled here. Either
And
way,
here they
it's
come.
officially open now, and here they are, Jason Toy.
Teammates making their pit stop down on the turn 4 into pit road. Austin Cindric, Ryan Blaney separated by an opening in the pit wall. 4 tires and fuel. Michael McDowell is in. Joey Logano is in. No adjustments. Matter of fact, slight air pressure adjustment for him. Second can of Sunoco fuel goes in. It'll be Ryan Blaney getting down of the way along with Kyle Busch and Austin Cindric along with Kevin Harvick on this end of pit road. Steve Post.
Ross Chastain is in. 4 tires Sunoco Racing Fuel. Alex Bowman the same. First in pit road is first off pit road. No adjustments. Kurt Busch wins the battle off from pit road. There goes Ryan Blaney. Kyle Busch
Kurt Busch off pit lane first.
Larson, looks like Austin Cindric. Front 5 off from pit road. Christopher Bell in.
Big loser in this one was
Chase Elliott, very happy with his race car. 4 tires Sunoco Racing
Chase
Fuel.
Elliott.
Pit
Big
stop,
winner
lap number
was
168.
Bowman.
The end of stage
Plus
number
5.
Well, it was
Elliott
Billy
was minus
Scott
2.
and his team doing what Kurt
Ryan
is doing
Blaney
on
plus
the racetrack, and that is ripping off a good stop for Kurt and getting him off of pit road in position number 1. He will do that in front of Ryan Blaney, his team having a very good stop, picking up a position on pit road. Kyle Busch 3rd, Kyle Larson, Austin Cindric, and Alex Bowman also deserving a tip of the cap. That is picking up, 4 spots on pit road. That's getting it done when it counts.
It definitely is. Ryan Blaney's crew, they made a couple of changes in the pit crew this week, showing a little progress here, coming off second, passing the 18 there.
They did. They made a change. Skip Flores is now changing tires. It's a change for the team, but sometimes you have to do that, don't you, as an organization, just to try to breathe new life into things?
It's not always just talent. It's also chemistry and trying to get that to work together, because none of these guys are doing their jobs by themselves. You've got interaction between the changers and the jackman and the carriers working together, and they just weren't where they wanted to be. I know those guys personally. They were mine last year. They're all very good people, very good at their jobs, but you had to change chemistry up a little bit.
Well, let's give you a quick look at the top 10 now. After the pit stops are complete, then an update on Martin Truex Jr., who is 1 lap down. Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney 1-2, Kyle Busch 3rd, then Kyle Larson and Austin Cindric. That's your top 5. Denny Hamlin up to 6th, Chase Elliott 7th, Joey Logano is 8th, Brad Keselowski has been in and out of the top 10 today. Brad right now 9th, and Alex Bowman after that very good stop. Alex right now running 10th.
And that is a look at the leaderboard brought to you by Skechers. Skechers, the comfort and fit specialist. Try Skechers Relaxed Fit, Wide Fit, Stretch Fit, Arch Fit, and many more.
Well, how would you like to be either on the box or the spotter for Kyle Busch? They've got a great race car today, but NASCAR again handing down a penalty.
Uh-oh.
Speeding for Kyle Busch on the pit lane, so he will drop
Speeding
to the
on pit
tail
lane
end
for
of the
Kyle
long line
Busch.
as we get set for this
Yikes.
Geico Restart.
Looked like he saw Blaney coming by and tried to squirt out of the pit box and get a little bit ahead, and then you saw the nose dive back down. I wonder if it was that section.
Well, it may have been. And now Kyle Busch, who has a very good race car, will have to come from the tail end of the field. He'll have a long way to go. 97 laps to go. We will not get the 1 to go. So still a couple of laps away. Try to pick out a winner here. I mean, right now it'd be the obvious choice with the guy out front and Kurt Busch, but we've seen Christopher Bell good, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, the list goes on, and I'm just not so sure we have seen the end of the challenges on the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, the challenges on the racetrack, but challenges on pit road as well. We're still going to have to make at least one more pit stop. There's been a ton of pit road problems today.
Yeah, definitely. It's a challenge up and down pit road.
Plenty
and out there,
of
I
pit
think,
penalties.
You know, obviously the Kurt Busch in the 45 car.
Going at it today.
You talk
Plenty
about
of pit,
being an odds-on
pit lane
favorite, looking
penalties
at him with a lot of
being
speed.
handed out today.
The 9 car, Chase Elliott, he's recovered from a couple of situations to put himself right back up there again. I'd look for him to be up there in the top and battling with Kurt.
You know, I would also add Denny Hamlin to that list. I don't think we've seen the best of Denny yet. He is right now 6th, so a lot of players and a lot of laps to go before we determine who goes to Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. In fact, why don't we touch on the keys to going to Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane? We heard from Rusty Wallace earlier. His keys presented by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, or check them out at progressive.com.
With the changing weather conditions from practice yesterday to where we are today, Rusty Wallace said you got to adjust your race car with every single pit stop, and they have been doing that for sure. Whether it's been air pressure adjustments or some other sort of an adjustment to these race cars, they've been doing that. Some cars are getting it right. Some teams maybe not so much, and they're going in the opposite direction. And the other progressive key to the race today from NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace: be clean on pit road. Pit crew must be mistake-free. The mistakes have been massive. Some of the pit crew with some equipment problems, some of them for drivers speeding. And just a quick look at it, Kyle Busch has had a couple of different issues, and 2 of them on one pit stop. He had running over the air hose and was speeding all at the same time. Denny Hamlin's had a problem. Chase Elliott had a problem. Kevin Harvick spun coming off of pit road. Eric Jones's team, by no fault of their own, have been on pit road forever with a right rear tire that they just couldn't get loose and get it off. And then Justin Haley's team, they lost the left rear wheel when they left their pit box. So for Rusty Wallace to be on top of those, the pit mistakes have been massive here today.
You know, and I was just thinking, too, that the entire Joe Gibbs organization has had a problem or two among every team member. Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and now most recently Truex with that left rear tire going down, pitted when the pit road was closed. He could not take the wave around. He will be 1 lap down. I believe we're going to make that official. Right now they're actually showing him on the lead lap.
I'm back.
But I believe
You're going to go back green
down,
at lap
and then Kyle Busch
172.95 laps to go.
Toyotas fading to the tail end as we get ready to go back under the green flag here in 1 lap, with Kurt Busch out front.
And no big movers on the choose for this time by. Kurt Busch will go to the outside lane. Ryan Blaney will go to the bottom, and they essentially zigzag there throughout at least the top 5. They'll mix it up a little bit from about 7th on back. There's some drivers that are opting for the outside lane that are going to leave the bottom side wide open on the inside of the 5th row on back.
And let's make it official. Truex indeed 1 lap down, being scored back in 28. Kyle Busch, last car on the lead lap. He is being scored in position number 24. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. That means a Geico Restart coming up. Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Well, if you think this one has pretty much seen it all, it's pretty clear to it. We have indeed.
And the
We still got
Stage 2 winner has
94
not
laps to
won
go
a
here in
race
the
this
AdventHealth
season.
400 at Kansas Speedway. No clear-cut favorite in this one. Kurt Busch at this point in the race has looked
trying
good.
to break
He's
that.
led the most laps of anybody today. A total of 50 laps for Kurt Busch. And coming into this one, he's only led a total of 9 laps on the entire season before today.
Last time Kurt Busch
Camry
went
pace
to
car,
victory lane
and he's pulling into pit lane. Exclamation point restart in the chat.
Motor Speedway. Right now he's out front and getting ready to
And
take
we're
the
going
field
back
back
green.
under the green flag. Ryan
94
Blaney
laps to
inside,
go.
Row 2, Cindric, Kyle Larson, Joe Illigano, Denny Hamlin, top 6, green back out. And the race is on. Back to turn number 1.
They're 3 wide back
Good
around
push from Larson to the 45 of Kurt Busch.
Here's Kurt Busch now back
Here
to
comes
the
Kurt
point,
Busch.
coming off the end of the back stretch. Well, at least for a moment, Ryan Blaney rallies back along the
Blaney
inside
with the
lane.
rally.
Blaney will wash up the racetrack in turn 4. Kurt Busch is there. They nearly touch again up off the corner. Kurt Busch
wash out from Blaney.
174, but the fight for the lead is far from over.
Aggressive racing at the front of the pack right now. Austin Cindric now
Kurt
closing
Busch
in.
led that lap, I think.
Kurt Busch by half a car length in the high lane.
This time, Ryan Blaney is going to slide back up in the line in the 2nd position. Shuts off the advance there of Kyle Larson. Everyone chasing Kurt Busch to turn 4.
92 laps to go here at the Kansas Speedway.
Ryan Blaney
It
back in
is
line.
Kurt Busch out front in the Toyota. The Ford of Ryan Blaney. Then the Chevrolet
Kurt Busch,
of Kyle
Blaney,
Larson.
Larson, Hamlin, Cindric, top 5. Then it's Elliott, Bowman, Logano, Stenhouse.
Looking to make things rough on him. He's got Denny Hamlin back there as well as they race hard from 2nd on back.
There's Denny Hamlin
Wallace
now back
and
up in the
Keselowski.
4th position. Further ahead, a challenge for 2nd. Kyle Larson rumbles out of the pocket back to turn number 3 and goes
22 to go.
Blaney will try to
Trouble now for
counterattack
Blaney.
on the crossover, but can't make it work. Kyle Larson up to position
Larson around
number
him
2.
for second.
Blaney is third. Denny Hamlin fourth. Austin Cindric is fifth. But Austin Cindric has company.
Feeling the heat now from Chase Elliott, who tucks up right underneath
Cindric versus Elliott for fifth.
to the bottom in turn number 2. Chase Elliott will crack his way to the top 5.
Here he comes now onto the backstretch, so Chase Elliott to 5th. That'll drop Austin Cindric back into the 6th position. Alex Bowman rides in 7th, all in turn 4.
As they make their way off of turn number 4, racing back to the start-finish line. Top 2 separated by 5 car lengths. And Dave,
30-36 that last lap from race leader Kurt Busch.
Falling back now into the clutches of Denny Hamlin, running as well and as far up the leaderboard as we've seen him this afternoon. He's got an eye on 3rd place.
Thinking about a move to the inside, coming onto the backstretch, now thinks better of it, but continues.
Martin Truex Jr. is trying to stave off Jonathan Corey LaJoy. That's for the lucky dog position. 25th.
Is the correct phrase indeed, Kurt, as he exits turn number 4. Oh, contact behind them. Austin Cindric nearly got into the fence off turn 4, came down and made contact with the right side of the Alex Bowman car.
Critical awareness by Alex Bowman to give Cindric enough room to get that car under control. It looks like they
near disaster for the 2 of Cindric.
Austin Cindric in the 6th position, Alex Bowman in 7th at the front of the field. The race leader
178 complete,
right
89 to go.
Every move, is he not, Kurt, as they make their way off turn number 4, separation just a couple of car lengths. And Dave, you've got the great battle for the lead, another great battle from 6th on back.
6th place now belongs to Alex Bowman. He will duck under the Austin Cindric machine.
Bowman ducking under Austin Cindric, the Daytona 500 champion.
That will kick Cindric back into the 8th position, back in the front of the
That's for
field. Here
7th.
comes a challenge for the lead. Turn number 3, Kyle
Bubba
Larson
Ross will
diving
follow him.
inside of the Kurt Busch car.
Larson for the lead.
Though, because Kurt Busch
Can't
is
make it
there on the
stick right
outside
now.
lane. Here comes Larson one more
Here comes
time.
Larson.
He'll go all the way to the grass to driver's left as they race for the lead.
Larson trying to shorten the racetrack, but Kurt Busch has got all the momentum.
As we complete lap 180.
Pulled away by a car length as they exit turn 2.
So Kurt Busch once again solid with the lead. He tries to remain steadfast at the front of the field, but Kyle Larson still there. This time, though, Larson follows him back into turn number 3. Kurt Busch, the leader.
86 laps to go. It is Kurt Busch leading over Kyle Larson.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan.
Larson with a dive bomb move into turn 1.
Yeah.
And it will be Larson to the lead of Kansas.
Ooh, yes. This
Oh, Larson washed out.
Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
But he saves it,
Jen, we're in the middle
but
of
not in time to maintain the lead.
Try it first. One of NASCAR's all-time greatest drivers. 93 wins, 4 Cup championships, in a career that spanned 25 years. From short
See that
tracks
one
to
again.
super speedway, he conquered them all
Oh
and
my.
was inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2019.
That was a good slide job,
presenting
but
the Motor Racing
oh,
Network's
look out.
original broadcast series.
The back end
Jeff Gordon, a
just
colorful
washed
career.
out on
He lived
Kyle
the moment
Larson
from
in
his
the 5.
1993 Rookie of the Year season to a Hall of Fame career. Now on MRN.com or your favorite podcast platforms.
84 laps to go. Just a lap ago, we had a change for the lead and the save of the year by Kyle Larson. Dave Moody.
Mere mortals cannot do what Kyle Larson did a lap or 2 ago. He was battling to the inside of Kurt Busch, lost the back end of the car, spun sideways, the right
84 to go.
off the safety barrier, and he just basically drifted the car a third of the way down the back straightaway, regained control, and held on to 2nd place. You just can't do that with
You
this
can't
race
write
car.
stuff like
No,
that.
but he did, and that's making us all just kind of shake our heads in amazement. More things we're learning
That was
we never
a
thought could be
big-time
done with these race
save.
cars that are continuing to amaze. It's Kurt Busch, the race leader, and Kyle Larson with that remarkable stave. running
That
in
was a
position
major
number 2,
save
and I think we'll
by
select
Kyle
that
Larson.
to be the Xfinity Mobile
He doesn't save
reliable
that.
performance of the race. Presented by
He's
Xfinity.
in the wall and his day's
Xfinity,
done.
stay connected lap after lap with America's most reliable 5G network from Xfinity Mobile. Learn more at xfinity.com/mobile.
Kyle Larson is a super talent behind the wheel. Right now, he is
Let me
running
check
second.
chat.
Kurt Busch
No one's in
continues
chat.
to run out front. Ryan Blaney third. Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott, top 5, 81 to go from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
I am NASCAR Fantasy Live, where the 5 drivers that you pick each week will be your chance for bragging rights all year long. 5 drivers you believe will propel you to NASCAR Fantasy glory. I am something that makes watching a race just that much better. I am NASCAR
I'm gonna
Fantasy
check and see
Live.
who's live
Visit
that we can
NASCAR.com/fantasy
raid after this.
and sign up today.
On the track is where the race cars rule.
No, Wardy's live. Windy City Hockey is live right now.
Campgrounds that go all in on good
So
times with an energy that
this race is
fuels
gonna
a whole
end by
weekend.
about 6:30.
So grilling, playing, singing, and racing. There's nothing else like it. And there's everything to love about it. It's camping like you've never experienced before. Book your NASCAR camping experience at NASCAR.com/camping.
So we could be rating Windy City Hockey. He is doing Calder Cup playoffs. Nice talk in the Chicago Wolves.
Today's coverage from Kansas Speedway is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com. By Sunoco. Whether you're heading to the track or just hitting the road, fill up with Sunoco and fuel your best. By Toyota. For the latest Toyota racing information, visit ToyotaRacing.com. And by Root Insurance. Hey racers, Root Insurance does car insurance differently. Get the app today. Root for good drivers.
Looking down, we see B.J. McLeod's transporter leaving the property. B.J. went out of the race on lap number 32. I would guess, Alex, he's the only one, that being the transport driver, that's going to leave early here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a tough break for B.J. McLeod, the Wauchula, Florida driver. He'll finish in 36. Justin Haley being scored out of the race as well in 35th position. The rest of the 34 drivers stay on the racetrack. 24 of those 34 are still on the lead lap.
Well, if you look now, Dave Moody, there's a new player. Not surprised. He was 6th not too long ago. He's running 2nd right now.
That new player would be Denny Hamlin, who has bypassed Kyle Larson. I don't know if the loose condition in Larson's car was what caused him to nearly wreck it.
I'm thinking it was the loose condition that caused
has now loosened his car up even more, but
the washout.
he's falling back now.
But now
There is one
Larson
thing that
falling
could have
back.
happened there. I
Hamilton
saw as
second.
he got loose
Larson
off of turn 2,
likely
the right
under siege
side
from
roof flap
Blaney
came up.
for the third
That's
position.
connected by cable to a flap diffuser that can release that down.
Elliott by
Take the
Wallace.
downforce off the
That's for
car.
5th.
Be
So
interesting to
that
see
is
at the
on
pit
Blaney
stop
for
whether they'll
4th.
fix that or push that back up.
Steve Post, you have more on this.
Yeah, Kyle Larson just reporting that
76
the car
laps
was
to go.
loose before the spin or near spin, and then he just feels like he smoked the right rear tire, and the right rear tire is gone. Cliff Daniels told him, just do what you can do to drive off the left front and try not to put any more stress on that right rear tire. But spinning that tire, as Dave Moody described, probably took all the goodie off from that Goodyear Racing Eagle, and he is just hanging onto a loose race car.
It bears repeating for those of you that are listening along the way, the save that he made. Remarkable, Todd. You've been following this sport a long time. Dave Moody's out there 35 years with the network. He's been looking on. You were looking on. We all were going, are you kidding me? What a save.
My jaw dropped that save
over there in turn
by
2.
Kyle
Yeah,
Larson.
he was spun out and never did it. It was crazy. Just a little fortune of using the wall to kind of break the momentum, but he drove it back and was racing
Wallace
side
trying
by
to get
side
around
with Kurt
Elliott.
on the backstretch
That would be
after
for 5th and
recovering
6th
from
place.
Stay under
Bubba
the green
Wallace will
flag.
complete the
We're
pass
currently
in the
the midst of a 23-lap green flag run. Longest one today has been 39 laps, and if you recall, that 39-lap run was cut short because of a spin in the middle of green flag pit stops coming off of pit road by Kevin Harvick. So what will this play out as later today with 73 laps to go and still at least one more scheduled pit stop remaining?
Why don't we find out? We'll head downstairs to Steve Post. Last time everybody
Pit
was
window
in
is 60 to
lap
65
1
laps.
68. Again, right now we have logged 23 laps since that point, working lap
202 to 207
with 73 laps to go.
is
Why don't we
when
head
the
to pit
window
road right
should
now?
open to get
Presented by
to the
O'Reilly
end of
Auto
the
Parts.
race.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs.
So
Guaranteed low
around
prices
8 to 13
and
laps
excellent customer service
is when
from
we would see
professional parts
green flag
people
stop.
at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Postman, what do you think?
I would expect they're going to go about another 20 laps, lap 215 to 220. That splits this final stage of the race. Now, that's if we stay green. If someone starts to have a problem or we have a caution, they will come in. But I still think splitting the stops, as Todd Gordon talked about in his crew chief keys earlier on, I still think
Trouble
the
in turn
strategy
number
is to
3,
split
and it's
this
Chase
one
Elliott.
and split
Chase
this one.
Elliott has lost a tire. Chase Elliott
Caution's out. Chase Elliott just lost a tire.
down to the apron of the
Take the
racetrack.
fine time to leave me
Finally,
loose
the
wheel.
car comes to a rest, and now he is
Elliott was
spinning
having a
the rear
good run. He
wheels
was
trying to get
6th
out
before
of
the yellow.
rain
Caution is
soaked
out for the
grass
7th
from
time
rain
this
that
afternoon.
came through earlier today.
5th for
It's
cause.
a double whammy because that tire carcass that came off of the left rear of Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch ran over it directly with his Toyota Camry. We'll follow up in both pit areas when we come back. The Culligan caution is out for the 7th time.
And now it's Geico's Motorcycle Rules of the Road. Before you ride, make sure your mirrors are clean and adjusted properly. And if you're going on a group ride, make sure the lead biker knows where they're going.
Ed, quick question. Where are you taking us?
Oh, I have
And
no
Elliott can't get
idea.
it
What,
going.
am I the leader? Because I was
That is
fall
a
down
right
due with the
front
red
gone
helmet.
on that
Where
Universe
is
number
it?
9 car.
And the rule to saving on motorcycle insurance
On
is,
board with
in
Ross
15 minutes,
Chastain.
Geico could save you 15%
And
or
there's
more.
the spin.
Mortgage
Oh!
wants to welcome
Chase
you home
almost
with
got
the fast,
Chastain.
stress-free mortgage process. Ruoff knows that when you're ready to move, you want to keep things moving. From the moment you start, Ruoff makes sure the process
And the
moves quickly,
18, Kyle
often
Busch
twice
ran
as fast as other
over
lenders, so you
that
can
tire.
close quickly and settle in sooner. Visit Ruoff.com to learn how you can qualify for the fastest loan of your life. That's Ruoff, RUOFF.com.
Back at Kansas Speedway, 70 laps to go in this one. We work the Culligan caution for the 7th time in the race. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief, official pain relief cream of the Motor Racing Network.
From bad to worse for Chase Elliott. He is stuck in that rain-soaked grass that Kurt Becker described, probably on the radio, going, somebody give me a push.
That
Somebody
is
was
the
trying.
second
A wrecker.
car
The wrecker
to get stuck.
also stuck in the grass, and now they need to tow both of them out of the grass. It's just been a crazy day, and we still got 69 laps to go. Kurt Busch, race leader, taking everybody down pit road. Postman, here we go yet again.
Kurt Busch has had a good race car. He's had good pit stops. Let's tee it up again and see what they do here. This
Pits
will
are
not
open.
be
Here
the
comes
final
everyone.
pit stop. They will still need to do one more. So, Kurt
They'll
Busch
still
brings
need to
his
do
car
one
through
more
onto the right
from
side.
here.
Kyle Larson, he needs some tires on that car. Going to be 4 tires Sunoco Racing Fuel. There's William Byron in. Christopher Bell has the very first pit box. He is in getting pit service as well. The race off from pit road again. Kurt Busch is
Busch
does it. Busch the first
off
one
pit lane
Kyle
first.
Larson second. Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell, your top 5 off from pit road. Jason Toy.
Ryan Blaney came in, 4 tires and fuel. They made a chassis adjustment. He got tight as that run went on. A tire got loose, got punted up into the air, hit by a couple of cars that went its way down the pit lane. Matter of fact, bouncing over Bubba Wallace's car as well. But it was Ryan Blaney with a good pit stop, getting the adjustment. Kevin Harvick also in. They're trying to get things a little bit better for him here this afternoon. And we're just awaiting now Martin Truex Jr. to make his stop.
Because Martin Truex Jr. is the beneficiary of the free pass, Truex will get back on the lead lap. The 2 cars that loose wheel hit down on the pit lane, well, it was punted by the Alex Bowman car into the left side of the Ross Chastain car. Kyle Busch jerked the steering wheel hard left, just barely avoiding that bouncing wheel before it was corralled by a pit crew member down there. From Kansas Speedway, this is the Motor Racing
So
Network, the voice
Chase
of NASCAR.
Elliott's loose wheel hit his own teammate Alex Bowman in 48, then nailed the one of Ross Chastain. So they're going to check in on those two after the break. But a good day goes bad for the 9 of Chase Elliott.
Subscribe today by going to flowracing.com/GoMRN. That's floracing.com/GoMRN.
Hi, this is Mike Bagley. Join me along with the cast and crew of the Motor Racing Network every Tuesday night for NASCAR Live. Hear exclusive interviews.
Whenever you're done racing, when you can look back on what we accomplished, that's when you can really appreciate it.
The best moments from each of NASCAR's premier series.
It will be a victory by mere inches. McDowell wins the Daytona 500.
As well as break down the upcoming race weekend and more. It's NASCAR Live every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern.
Back here at the Kansas Speedway. We got to start first over in turn 3 and 4 with Kurt Becker. Kurt, can you possibly put into words everything that's been going on?
I don't think I can put that into words.
We talked about the fact that Chase
really
Elliott's car was stuck in the grass, in the mud from the rains earlier today, just inside of turns 3 and 4. Then the first tow truck tried to push the car. That tow truck got stuck. Second tow truck comes to the scene, wisely stays on the paved area of the apron, hooks to the front of Chase's car, pulls his car back out onto the racing surface. He has since gone on his way. Then, after that, we had to get the tow truck, the second tow truck, to back up and hook to the first tow truck and help work it out of the mire and the muck down here along the grassy apron of the racetrack.
Well, that is quite a sequence of events there, as described by MRN.
Q, Boots Randolph, and Yakety Sax as we got everybody taken care of out of the mud down there. And I hope all these race fans today, because we were out in the out in the front and out in the midway. We saw the parking lots out there with that torrential rain this morning. Hope everybody can get out of their parking lot without getting a tow truck today. I know, Todd, you and I were looking at that earlier this morning.
I figure there's going to be some four-wheel drive tow trucks that are going to be busy coming into this race.
Yeah, $10 will pull you out. Is there anything left to see, Dave? I mean, basically, I think we've covered just about everything.
Well, we haven't had a plague of locusts or frogs falling from the sky yet, so there's a couple of things left. But,
don't go there.
We were talking about this
don't
a little bit during
go
the commercial break.
with the plagues.
I am more and more just falling in love with this racetrack every time we come here. It has been one of the most tumultuous rounds of the playoffs for the last 3 or 4 years. Every time we come here, we're just jam-packed with plot twists. What a great racetrack this has been.
It has been. Let's add 2 more plot twists to it with pit road problems. Kevin Harvick speeding on pit road. He'll go to the back of the field. Bubba Wallace came to pit road 5th. He'll go to the back of the field. That wheel that was bouncing around like a pinball, well, that came off of Bubba Wallace's car. Uncontrolled tire.
Oops.
He'll go to the tail end of the field.
I am right now working on my 17th page of notes, trying to keep track
That's
of everything
a lot
we've
of penalty.
seen here this afternoon, and we still have 66 laps to go. Getting ready to go back under the green flag, and we do it right now. Kurt Busch trying to get away. Kyle Larson down to his inside. Denny Hamlin
Green
and
flag,
Ryan
lap
Blaney
201.
row number 2.
300 to 400 miles complete, 66 laps to go.
To the very outside lane, Christopher Bell looking 3 wide. He'll tuck it in line as they're wheel to wheel for the lead.
All of that traffic tries to sort itself out coming off the end of the backstretch. Instead, it's going to be 3 wide for the lead. Ryan Blaney.
Blaney making it 3 wide. That will not work for long.
Larson will come away with the top spot from the middle of the racetrack. He's going to try to defend
Blaney
it now
washing out here.
line because Kurt Busch is on the move.
Here comes Kurt Busch.
His way back to the bottom. Drag race into turn number 1. Up to the top goes Larson.
Drag race here. No one's giving an inch. 65 to go.
They go at it nose to nose, coming back into turn 3. Kyle Larson to the high side. Kurt Busch along the bottom lane.
What a battle for the lead we have here at the Kansas Speedway. Side by side, they come racing back to the line. Kyle Larson by inches. Here comes Kurt back on the inside.
And here comes Christopher Bell looking 3 wide to the top. He thinks better of it. It's back to 2 by 2. Push down low. Larson up high for the lead.
Drag race continues on the backstretch of Kansas for the lead.
Jeez.
Here's Kyle Larson again from the outside. Drives it deep into the corner. Kurt Busch drives deeper in the middle
Kurt Busch
lane.
driving
Kurt Busch
way
is
deep
out in front.
on the
But
backstretch.
Kyle Larson's got the momentum on the outside lane, and he bounces off the wall. Kyle Larson keeps it pointed in the right direction. He goes on the defense now and tries to block Christopher Bell.
Loses a grand total of 1 car length to Kurt Busch. Busch gets away
Again.
with the lead. Larson up.
Kyle Larson bounces it off the wall, loses a shot at the lead, but defends from Christopher Bell successfully.
For third. And off the end of the backstretch, Christopher Bell circles up around the outside of Denny Hamlin, who fell to the third position.
And right behind them, Kyle Busch is back, and he's back already. In fact, he wants the 5th position away from Ryan Blaney. Will follow him, Kyle Busch down to the inside, Blaney on the outside.
That's the wheel-to-wheel inches apart battle for position number 5.
Battle for 5th. Blaney has it. Kyle Busch wants it. They're door to door.
Holding on, Kyle to 5th.
That means Ryan Blaney now finds himself in 6th, but he's got
And
some
give Kyle Busch the
there.
position.
5 more car lengths back to Alex Bowman, who finds himself in 7th.
As they work their way up off turn number 4, tremendous racing as usual.
Uh-oh.
Kansas Speedway.
Darlington
Kurt Busch
replay.
is on the
Darlington
top spot.
replay.
They settle things down for just a moment.
Does
at the top
Byron get
5, but
retaliation?
Todd Gordon, this new
No.
race car that we have here, Kyle Larson has abused the right side of that car, but he's still got great pace and he still runs 2nd.
Yeah, the body's definitely bounced back here, and they're durable enough with what we've got here that the
These
wheels
Gen
stay
7
aligned
cars
and
have
he hit
been
it pretty square there.
so durable
Not
this
really
season.
paying any penalty for the contact with the wall there, and still trying to track down.
4th place changing
Kurt Busch there.
hands
With 60 laps to go,
between
Todd.
Gibbs'
60
teammates.
to go. What a race we're having. Let's pick up the battle for 4th, Dave. It's among teammates.
60 to
Kyle Busch has
go.
got it, but not through any lack of trying by Denny Hamlin. Kyle is running literally a half an inch off the wall. It's been enough to keep Denny behind him.
Further ahead, Christopher Bell is on the move. He was in 3rd, now he's 2nd. Made a move to the inside of Kyle Larson, and here comes Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch digs down to the bottom. Larson
Bell
tries
around
to
Larson
squeeze
for
it
2nd.
down to the white line. That's not going to work. Kyle Busch will not be intimidated. He'll get a fender in front of Kyle Larson racing for 3rd.
Nose to nose now, the battle for position number 3. Kyle Busch should groove off the
Now
bottom
Kyle
of the
Busch
racetrack.
working on
Kyle
Larson again.
inch off the top. They are
Kyle and
in.
Kyle show.
That battle continues for the 3rd position. Kyle Larson versus Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin right behind that pair. They straightened out only for a moment. Here comes Kyle Busch again to the inside.
Oh my God.
What a rocket ship. Kyle Busch at the controls. Kyle's going to bypass Kyle Larson from the back of the field. He wants 3rd away from Larson.
Not going to get it without a fight. Kyle Larson just
Larson
keeps
fighting back.
pounding away in that outside lane.
Down to 58 to go.
Refusing to give up his grip on position number 3.
That battle continues again down the backstretch, and here's Kyle Larson in 3rd. Kyle Busch going to have to regroup and find another strategy. Back into the corner. Kyle Larson hanging on to 3rd.
As they work up off the corner, Kyle Larson has the car in the 3rd spot with that white safer barrier paint showing on the black wheels as he keeps his right foot planted. Kyle Busch there in the position number 4. Denny Hamlin runs in the 5th spot. You mentioned a moment ago, Jeff, Kyle Busch and the remarkable rebound that he has had and a terrific drive. Remember, that was at the end of, stage 2, where Kyle Busch had the penalties and had to come from the back of the field.
Well, and then you also
resetting the top 5 for you.
Kyle Busch has hit
Kurt
everything
Busch,
on the
Christopher
racetrack.
Bell,
He
Kyle
ran
Larson,
over the tire
Kyle
that
Busch,
Chase
and
Elliott
Denny Hamlin.
left in
And
the
it's
middle of the
Blaney,
front.
Bowman,
He got
Chastain,
punted,
Stenhouse,
or the tire that
and
got
William
punted
Byron.
at him
That's
by
your top
Bubba
10.
Wallace. Bounced
With
off his
57,
car,
about to
and
be
now he is
56
just
laps to
flat
go.
out flying, and
56
you know
laps
that
to go
if there's
now.
a driver that you can pin a
You're
lot of
working
drivers
stage 3.
down.
He's had 7 cautions for 42 laps. 10 leaders, 15 lead changes. Kurt Busch is up the most at 83 laps.
He can run the car loose. He can run it tight. Sure, he can be colorful. Sure, he can be boisterous and sometimes just downright ornery. But Kyle Busch right now has things going in his way, in his favor. He's back inside the top 5. But his big brother Kurt Busch has been the guy today. He has led the most laps, a total of 88. And that's where he sits right now. Kurt Busch, the race leader, with 54 laps to go.
Blue Green Vacations, the official vacation ownership
MB for 11th and 12th place on track between Cindric and Logano.
Create the vacation that fits your lifestyle, sharing a lifetime of memories at a collection of unique, locally inspired resorts and popular destinations across the U.S. Blue Green owners also enjoy exclusive access to VIP NASCAR packages that deliver the thrill only NASCAR can provide. Start your vacation journey today.
Coming to 53 laps to go.
Wing Nation is the show for sprint car fans. Hosted by Aaron Evernham, Ashley Strubby,
Next Sunday it's the All-Star race in Texas.
The three of us each have deep ties to the sprint car community. Whether it's a connection and love for other fans of the sport, experience in the cockpit, or a passion and love for all things dirt racing. Each week we offer up a live show on Tuesday at noon on Facebook and YouTube, a podcast every Thursday, and a TV show that airs Saturdays on MAV TV.
Kurt Busch's lead over second place Christopher Bell is
1.9 second lead between
Kyle Larson
Busch
is
and
third,
Bell.
but Kyle Busch is trying to take that position away. Can't do it here up off of turn number 4. And Denny Hamlin runs by himself
to
in
go
position number 5
this
with 52
time around.
laps to go. From Kansas Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
And he has led 90 laps.
Do you have an idea for an invention?
Kurt Busch has led 91 of the 215 laps we have run to this point.
We've been helping inventors just like you for 35 years.
And thousands of people contact them every month.
With 65 offices, you can meet with an InventHelp representative near you who will keep your eye.
Oh boy. This has been a problem with the broadcast all day. It's been cutting in and out as Fox goes crank it up.
To help demonstrate your idea. InventHelp's exclusive data bank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to confidentially review new ideas, like yours.
Don't wonder what to do next. Take action right now and get the help you need from InventHelp.
InventHelp. Call today for free information.
Call 1-800-455-7790. That's 1-800-455-7790. Again, 1-800-455-7790.
Standby will be at. We are now at approximately 350 miles. No, it's 325 miles. Excuse me. We're at 325 miles before 150 to go.
Swollen to 2.5 seconds now over Christopher Bell. Kyle Busch finally able to get by Kyle Larson. So give Kyle Busch third. Larson is fourth. And running in position number 5 is Denny Hamlin as we look at the leaderboard, brought to you by Blue Green Vacations. Blue Green Vacations, the official vacation ownership provider of NASCAR, invites you to believe in the power of vacation. With Blue Green, you can create a lifetime of memories at our collection of unique, locally inspired resorts and enjoy exclusive access to VIP NASCAR experiences. Start your vacation journey today at BlueGreenVacations.com.
48 laps to go, and out front and in control is Kurt Busch. He is leading. There is a new man now second. It does it at the line. He does it at the line. Kyle Busch back to the runner-up spot where he was before issues. Christopher Bell third. Kyle Larson fourth. Denny Hamlin fifth. Ryan Blaney sixth. Alex Bowman seventh. Ross Chastain back to eighth. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ninth. And William Byron back to 10th.
Continuing to look at all the lead lap cars as we run with 48 laps to go. Running 11th will be Austin Cindric. Martin Truex Jr. is 12th. Joey Logano 13th. Austin Dillon is 14th. And Brad Keselowski is 15th. Kevin Harvick 16th. Harrison Burton is 17th. Bubba Wallace 18th. Noah Gragson 19th. And Michael McDowell is 20th. The rest of the lead lap cars, we'll see 21st Chase Briscoe, 22nd Todd Gilliland, 23rd Cole Custer, 24th Ty Dillon, and Corey LaJoie, the last car in the lead lap at 25th.
Alex Hayden, let's remind everybody of a stat that I would imagine is the first time we could ever say this in a NASCAR event. I mean, if you think about what we're about to drop on you, Kurt Busch is the race leader. Of the next 16 cars in line, every single one of them has had an issue or more at some point during this weekend.
Yeah, including practice, qualifying, and today's race. That is something that is just tremendous, but they're able to all continue on. Even though they've had some sort of an issue, they're still running inside the top 16. Now, with Kurt Busch, he's led the most laps. He's led 98 laps. Kurt Busch won stage number 2. I don't want to be the guy, but on that token, I don't make it up. These are These are facts.
Don't do it, Hayden.
The stage 2 winner has not won a race so far this year.
Dave Moody, what do you think about that? Is Kurt Busch leading right now by a long way over his
Why did you have to say it, Alex Hayden? Why?
He's had a great race car since
You may have just jinxed the race leader.
earlier this weekend, and he has done what he said needed to be done.
223 laps complete.
Competitive at the front of the pack again. No mistakes, no issues, no mechanical failures, no crashes. He's been the only one, perhaps. But he has picked.
And Todd Gordon, it doesn't matter what the stats say and what the facts
Kurt
are.
Busch has already
Bottom line
clinched
is,
the
streaks
most
have to come to an end at some
laps
point.
led bonus
That's
point.
exactly the point I was going to make, is that those things are made to be broken. Hopefully for Kurt, you know, and their success today. Rusty brought it up in his keys to the race. You've got to execute on pit road. So they've done a good job of it. Got one more shot at it. See what they can do with it.
Speaking of one more shot at it, Jeff, there's one more pit stop to be made, and a lot of things can happen. You were pointing out a little earlier, if they choose to split this final run, this final fuel run, could be the longest green flag stretch of the race.
Well, it will be just shy of that, Postman. We were talking during the break. You bring everybody up to speed. You thought they would split it. Let's revisit when you think they might come. And after doing some math, it would be 34 laps under the green flag. The longest run under the green flag today was 39. And Steve, every time we did that, we had issues.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking at about lap 234, 235, 236 is when we're looking at. We're looking about 10 or 8 laps from now, looking at the scoring pylon.
Around 30 to go.
So I think that's what we're looking at.
30, 31 laps to go. So we'll see green flag stats. We're at 41 to go. It's going to be 40 to go.
Or someone having a tire failure or a tire going down. So I think within the next 6 or 8 laps, we're going to be awful busy with green flag pit stops down here on pit road.
Well, that being said, 40 laps to go. We'll step away. Kurt
40 laps
Busch,
to go.
race leader.
We're at 227 of 267.
Geico is easy, so you're free to ponder life's big questions.
Here,
like if a person can get discombobulated,
Kurt Busch has that stat hanging over his head.
They're just like combobulated. Are we humans always in a state of combobulation? Until, of course, something dramatic happens, and we are discombobulated for a while. Then we go back to being combobulated. Yeah, that's probably how that works.
Stage 2 winner has yet to win a race this season. Kurt Busch trying to break that Stage 2 curse.
If your wiper blades are smearing and streaking, stop
Just
by
needs one more
O'Reilly Auto
perfect
Parts
pit
to
stop.
save $8 instantly on a
39
pair of
laps to
Rain-X
go.
Latitude wiper blades. Our professional parts people will even install them for you for free. Improve visibility and save money with Rain-X Latitude wiper blades. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
Auto parts. Yeah. Uh-oh. Trouble for the 4.
Back at Kansas Speedway,
Harvick off the
Culligan
pace.
caution is on the speedway for the 8th time.
And that will be a caution.
Harvick up off of turn number 4.
With 38 laps to go.
Immediately down
That is the 8th yellow.
apron, and now Harvick limping that car back to pit road under the caution flag. So throw everything out the window that we were talking about just a moment ago. We'll see pit road open shortly. Back to cover it for you.
Oh,
Kansas
bounce it
Speedway,
off the
this is
wall.
Motor Racing Network,
Down the front
of
stretch.
NASCAR.
So this is the 8th yellow of the afternoon, 6th for specific cause. And this is going to play right into Kurt Busch's hand.
No matter where the road takes you. Go to
this is going to play right into the leader's hands, because they can now make it from here if they stop, which I think they will all head down the pit lane. On lap 229, make that 230. 37 laps to go.
That is the most patriotic celebration ever. Join us for the Heroes Honor Festival this Memorial Day weekend at Daytona International Speedway, featuring a star-studded lineup including country legend Toby Keith. This welcome home tribute honors our Vietnam veterans with a grand display of appreciation for our nation's heroes. Everyone is welcome at the Heroes Honor Festival. Veterans, family, and friends, and all Americans. Free to Vietnam vets. Military half off. Open to all. Get your tickets now at heroeshonorfestival.com.
As we come down at 231. Ew.
36 laps to go. Welcome back to the Kansas Speedway, the AdventHealth 400 Motor Racing Network with live flag-to-flag coverage. What a race we have seen, and
This has
we
been
still
quite the
may
race.
not have seen the very best. Pit stops coming up. Postman made the comment they'll probably split it. They're going to come close to this, Steve, but obviously now they will all come to pit road at the same time. Here comes Kurt Busch to pit road. Kyle will follow. So will Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Christopher
Pits are going to
Bell,
open, and
Jason.
here
It's
comes the
about to
herd
get
at lap
busy.
231.
Be that money stop that they've been waiting for here. Ryan Blaney
Money
hit
stop.
the mark first, so with Logano,
Don't screw it up.
Austin Cindric's going to hit the mark as well. Also,
And there's
Kyle
going to be
Busch,
4
who
tire
talked about it,
changes.
he radioed in, told Ben Bishore no changes at all. Very happy with the race car. Right side tires are on. They'll swing around to the left side for Kyle Busch. Soaking of fuel going in. Also, Kevin Harvick is in after bringing out that caution. Kyle Busch going to be the first down of the way from this end of pit road.
Denny Hamlin, a great recovery for his team. Going to be 4 tires, Sunoco Racing. Fuel, no adjustments for Kyle Larson. The race off from pit road. Kyle Busch wins the race.
Kyle Busch, first off pit lane.
Kyle Larson
Wow.
out second, with Kurt Busch going out third here as they all roll back out onto pit road here. But it was
Big
all
loser
green
that
flag
time
overall.
was
Yellow
Kurt
flag
Busch,
pit stop.
-2.
Sunoco Racing Fuel 4 tires for the teams, and yeah, it looks like Kyle Larson might have got out just in front of Kurt Busch and Christopher Bell. I think that first pit box got him out in the 4th spot, guys. Pit stops lap 231.
Hey, they're going to throw some M&Ms around down there in that pit box for Kyle Busch's team. They got him off the pit lane first. Kyle Busch, after penalties early on, is back now in the race lead. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network.
I haven't heard much of PRN's coverage.
Motor Racing Network
So I can't
live in
compare
Kansas
PRN
Speedway in
to
Kansas City,
MRN.
Kansas for the AdventHealth 400 for the NASCAR Cup Series.
I know the All-Star
We're
race is going to
topside,
be
high
on
above the start
PRN.
finish line with Todd Gordon to my left, Jeff Striegel to my right. My name's Alex Hayden. Over in turns 1 and 2 is Dave Moody. In turns 3 and 4 is Kurt Becker. And up and down the pit lane, we've got Steve Post and Jason Toy. 35 laps to go as we work the Culligan caution now for the 8th time.
The stress race car drivers endure is unbelievable. That's why Blue Emu has delivered over 200 care kits to NASCAR drivers.
you
and
try
teams.
stepping into
You'll be
one of
relieved to
those
find Blue Emu at Walmart, Amazon, and
4,000
nationwide
pound
retailers.
behemoths.
Blue Emu, it works fast and you won't stink. It's
Strap
officially
yourself
believed
in
from NASCAR and MRN.
and run 400,
The
500,
Racing Network
even
brings you
600
more than
miles,
just race broadcasts.
staying in that
If you're
car for
looking for weekly
upwards of
in-depth motorsports
4 hours
check out MRN's lineup of
in,
weekly programs. NASCAR Coast to Coast with Kyle
I'd
Rickey
say,
and Chris Wilner. Wing
80
Nation
degree
with
heat
Steve
outside,
Post, Aaron
which
Abernathy
would be
and
about
Ashley Strimming.
140
MRN's crew call with
degrees
Steve Post and
inside the
championship
car.
winner crew chief Todd Gordon. And the long
Not easy.
MRN flagship program, NASCAR Live, hosted by Mike Bagley. Find these shows and more on MRN.com, YouTube, and podcast platforms.
Everyone knows what it's like to hit a wall. Maybe not at 200 miles an hour, but definitely after working hard all day. You'll be relieved to find Blue Emu at Walmart, Amazon, and nationwide retailers. Blue Emu, it works fast and you won't stink. The official pain relief cream of NASCAR and the Motor Racing Network.
approaching 350 at 400 miles.
We're yet to get the one to go signal, so we'll step away from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hey there, good drivers. You're probably tired of car insurance ads with, like, talking animals or whatever.
Hello, friends.
We're Root. We do car insurance differently. Our app gives you smarter rates where your actual driving is the #1 factor. Good drivers drivers end up saving money. Up to $900 a year, in fact. Not too shabby. Maybe you'll miss the talking critters, but at Root, we don't need a mascot to save you money. Root for good drivers.
Poking a little fun at Geico there, eh? Root
Download
Insurance?
the app today. Disclaimers may apply. See root.com for details.
Wing Nation is the show for sprint car fans. Aaron Evernham, Ashley Strummy, and myself, the postman Steve Post, each have deep ties to the sprint car community. Whether it's a connection to a former great, experience in the cockpit, or a passion and love for all things dirt racing, this show is a source of insight and entertainment for sprint car fans everywhere. Each week we offer a live show Tuesdays at noon on Facebook and YouTube, a podcast every Thursday, and a TV show that airs every Saturday on MAV TV.
We've just gotten the one-to-go signal. We'll go green flag racing next time by. The choose is in effect. Kyle Busch the first to do so, and he'll go to the outside lane, and he and Kyle Larson will be on the front row.
When are we back here? October?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get a seat now.
Second
Come back
week of
and watch
October, I
the,
think. Let me
playoff racing.
check.
You were just pointing out, when we come back, it will be the Hollywood Casino 400, just outside of Dave's right shoulder, the Hollywood Casino. And you were pointing out
Let
they
me
are
see.
packed in there.
I think it's second week of
watching
October
everything.
that
They
they're
got
back in Kansas.
Well, they got a good seat. I don't know if they got the best seat in the house, but there is probably a.
Oh no, it's
server
first week.
and,
It is the second week of September. September 11th, they're back for the Hollywood Casino 400.
Not a bad place.
So they'll be back for the 21st anniversary of the 9/11 attacks.
Then you can go down to the top level.
And that one will be on USA, 3 p.m. Eastern, week after the Southern 500.
When we're back here again.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Yet another restart.
Coming to the restart with 33 laps to go this time by. 350 of 400 miles to beat. Exclamation point restart in the chat. Green flag back in the air.
Right there also looking on.
Kyle Busch gets the advantage into turn number 1, but back comes Larson, digging hard on the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side, they come off turn 2 to the back straightaway.
And Kurt Busch rides in the third position, just calmly sits back and keeps an eye on the front two.
Already a mess on the restart.
Now it's Kyle Larson who forces to the front in turn 4.
And he does it on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll keep his car right there. Kyle Busch will follow him right off the trunk lid. Side by side for third, Christopher Bell and Kurt Busch go at it.
See Bell keeps the wheel to the inside on Kurt Busch. He'll beat him.
See Bell with a good run so far. Kyle Larson to the lead, 32 to go.
Christopher Bell has the third position now on the backstretch. He squares up in that third spot with Kurt Busch right behind him. Denny Hamlin, then Ross Chastain. All of this traffic chasing Kyle Larson.
You got Denny Hamlin in there, Chastain. They go side by side right in front of that Christopher Bell. On attack yet again. Kurt Busch under attack. But wait a minute, let's add a third player. Here comes Denny Hamlin.
Here comes Hamlin.
In the mix. He'll go to the high line on Christopher Bell. He might be able to dial up Kurt as well as they race off 3.
So you've got Hamlin in fifth, trying to grab fourth. Can't do it, at least not yet. He looked high, nothing there. He ran out of real estate. Hamlin now shifting lanes to the middle portion of turn number 4 to come after Christopher Bell.
Bell keeps it on the outside lane. That's where the momentum is. Denny Hamlin, however, gets a good bite off turn 4. Hamlin pulls even. Hamlin gets a fender out front for 4.
Denny Hamlin trying to cross over and go to the top as they get to turn number 1. He's got the real estate to do it, but he'll stick the middle, bypassing Christopher Bell.
So Bell now back to the 5th position, then a break of another 5 car lengths back to Ross Chastain, who's in 6th. Ryan Blaney rides in
board
the
with
7th position,
Chastain.
headed off turn 4.
All right, Dave, let's
He
drop
runs
a little bit
6th
further
right
back
now.
and pick up a pretty
30
good
to
battle
go.
between William Byron, Joey Logano, and Martin Truex Jr. The reason we bring Truex in here is Todd Gordon
I think
said a
that's
moment
29
ago.
to go
Don't
when they get
count
to
him
him.
out. He's got a fast
Trouble
race
now
car.
for Reddick.
There's no doubt about that, but for William Byron and Joey
He
Logano
started
laying
second,
the last
but
week is
his day has just gone from bad to worse.
Martin Truex Jr. is going to put all that in the rearview mirror if he can.
Martin Truex Jr. up to the 11th position. He's trying to take 10th away from Austin Cindric, making a move now to the inside.
Further up, good battle for position number 6 off turn number 4. That's where Ryan Blaney is going to work on Ross Chastain. Chastain will
Larson
hang on
checks
to
out
spot,
on
but Blaney's
Kyle
on the
Busch.
attack.
It's
Able
game
to
over.
motor away is Chastain by a
28 to
couple
go.
of car lengths. He's running about a groove off the safety barrier. Blaney about a groove off the bottom of the racetrack.
Ongoing battle for the 6th position now works its way onto the backstretch. Ross Chastain still has the position for now. Further ahead, here's Kyle Busch taking a look to the inside of the race leader.
Top 3 right now running nose to tail. Kyle, and Kurt. It's Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch.
Kyle and Kyle show
Kurt
again.
Busch, top 3, 27 laps to go. We'll get back to it in a
240.
moment.
Ray Magliotti here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod
27
cuts
to
you
go.
off. You hit the horn. Jeez,
Oh,
it
that's
sounds
not
like
a horn.
Goose in distress. Time to head
That
over
is
to
definitely
eBay
not a horn.
Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn
Resetting
pads,
the
steering
top
wheel,
5 for
wiring,
you.
and more.
Larson,
122
Kyle
million
Busch,
parts. You can
Kurt
even go
Busch,
for an upgrade.
Hamlin, Bell, your top 5.
That
Next,
looks like
Chastain
the
in
cutoff
6th,
man needs a new
Ryan Blaney
seat cover.
7th,
Try
Stenhouse
eBay
8th,
Motors, pal. Get the right
Bowman
parts
9th,
at the
and
right
Truex
price.
in
eBay
10th.
Motors. Let's ride.
It's your all-access pass to the world of NASCAR.
26
every weekday
laps
morning with
still to go.
NASCAR Hot Pass.
Man, just unreal to hit the fence, to go to the back, to fix it, to make some huge adjustments, and to be able to run as good as we did at the end there.
You'll hear from the sport's biggest stars as they talk life on and off the racetrack.
Great things going all around. You know, it's cool to come back to Kansas. It's great to get back to Victory Lane.
NASCAR Hot Pass. Weekday mornings from the Motor Racing Network.
Top 3, bumper to bumper, just a moment ago, though.
I think it might come down to 3 wide for the win.
Yeah, we got.
Here comes
Ryan
Kurt
Blaney
Busch
off
working on
turn
his brother
4,
Kyle.
Almost as good a save as what Kyle Larson did earlier off of turn 2. Got loose, getting back to the gas as it came off the transition, but corrected it up, just lost 1 position with it.
And right now he runs 10th. Here come the top 3. Back off turn number 4. Kyle Larson by 2 car lengths over Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has got 2 back over his bigger brother. Getting down to it now. 23 to go. Next time by from Kansas Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network. The
Again
voice
with
of
commercials,
NASCAR.
MRN. I
On
hate
your
it when
ride
Fox
home,
and
catch
MRN
NASCAR
are in
today to
commercials
keep up
at
with the latest.
like the
It
exact
opened
same
up, the lane
time.
did. Matt went to block the 12, and I just barely got inside of him with a huge run.
Every weekday, you'll hear from the top
It's
newsmakers in
an
the sport.
annoyance.
I am with Bubba Wallace down here in
Absolute
Victory Lane.
annoyance.
Plus, some fun peeks behind the scenes.
I don't really think it's hit me yet. I definitely don't think it's hit me yet. I'm Chase Elliott. Listen to NASCAR Today every weekday right here on the Motor Racing Network.
Check out MRN.com for a podcast series called The Tough Trucks of NASCAR. 25 years and still trucking. We'll take you back to some great races.
Skinner wins it by 2/100ths of a second.
Some wild moments.
Kyle Busch, he's top shelf, digging up top. Moto spins it.
Just bump heads and just one of those things. It ended up being a rivalry.
And the stories that go with them.
Ron Hornaday Jr. truly is a character.
Download the shows for free on iTunes and at MRN.com.
Kurt Busch fans, do not give up on your driver. He was running 3rd. He's now 2nd. Just a
Oh, here
moment
comes
ago,
Kurt.
Becker, he sized up his younger brother and then took care of it.
Came racing back into corner number 3, made the move, got around Kyle, moved Kurt Busch up into the 2nd position.
They race their way down the back straightaway, down to 20 laps to go. Next time by, Kyle Larson's lead over Kurt Busch. Make it maybe 4 car lengths at best, but lap after lap, Kurt Busch has been stalking the race leader, Kyle Larson. Here they come again, past the start-finish line. Dave, it's Larson.
20 to
Kurt Busch,
go.
and Kyle Busch.
I wonder, Alex, if Kurt Busch hasn't just been saving a little something for showtime, because when he decided to go to whip, he made it very easy driving past younger brother Kyle.
Here they come now, once again off the end of the back straightaway with Kyle Larson, the race leader. He shows the way in his Chevrolet. Here comes the Toyota of Kurt Busch, then the Toyota of Kyle Busch.
19 laps to go. A quick look at the top 10. We've been focused on these front 3 running cars of Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, and Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell have positions 4-5. Ross Chastain back to 6th. Truex may need a caution if he's going to get up there and contend. He is up to position number 7. Great run today by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He is running 8th. Alex Bowman, 9th. Ryan Blaney completes the top 10.
As we have down to 18 laps to go this time by.
This is going to come down to the
Kyle
final 10
Larson
laps.
still up front, 4 car lengths over Kurt Busch. Another 4 back to Kyle Busch, and a healthy gap back to fourth place running Denny Hamlin. Christopher Bell is 3 seconds behind the leaders. He runs in position number 5. For the better part of the top 10 as it sits, though, Jeff, pretty well stabilized for now. You got that sense, though, that everybody's just cooling their jets, waiting for the right time to make that move, specifically those inside the top 3.
Every time I look off of turn number 4, I see Kurt Busch inching closer and closer to Kyle Larson. Separation at the line, 2 car lengths, Dave. I think you're right, though, just waiting and waiting, sizing up Kyle Larson.
Yeah, it's like you can hear the theme from Jaws in the back of your head as Kurt Becker just closes in a car length at a time.
In fact, he will knock another car length off the deficit, coming back to the north end of the racetrack.
Kurt Busch slowly reeling in the defending series champion.
Off turn 4.
He sticks the car about a tire width
16 to
lower
go.
on the racetrack off turn number 4, just showing the nose of his Toyota in the rearview mirror to Kyle Larson.
As he has all weekend, he's able to run a groove or a groove and a half lower on the racetrack and still keep as much momentum as Larson can keep up high.
Kyle Larson, the race leader, and Kurt Busch riding in the second. Now this pair has opened up by some 10 car lengths back to Kyle Busch in third. Back to turn 3. Again, Kurt Busch looking toward the inside.
Right now, all Kyle Busch can do is watch this 2-car battle for the lead. Kyle Larson again across the line, and right now again it's at 2 car lengths.
Larson now by 2 as they'll make their way now around the last
15 to go.
Josh Malicki. Larson flirting with the safer barrier, but there's nothing new about
Lead is a
that.
quarter of a second between Larson and Kurt Busch.
Stays toward the outside portion of the backstretch.
Kyle Busch 1.2 seconds back. Then Hamlin 2.3 back. Christopher Bell rounds out the top 5, 3.5 seconds back.
Run the outside lane up off turn number 4.
Chastain 6, Truex 7, Stenhouse 8, Bowman 9, Brian Blaney 10.
Kurt Busch, I saw a little pop out of the side header pipe
14
in
to
the middle
go.
of turn number 4. He's given up a couple of more car lengths now, has Kurt Busch, to the race leader Kyle Larson. So down to 14 laps to go now, Jeff. Not sure what the issue was, but Kurt Busch definitely gave up a couple of car lengths.
Well, we know that Postman is monitoring that radio. If there's anything to report, Steve has got it. Here's how it shakes out. Your race leader, Kyle Larson, looking for career win 18. Right behind him, Kurt Busch, trying to win at this level for the 34th time. And Kyle Busch looking on in third, trying to go to victory lane for his 61st
Chastain closing.
trip to victory lane.
Well, Kurt Busch, he's now stabilized some 5 car lengths in arrears of
That'll be
Kyle
on the
Larson.
19
He chops
of
off 1, maybe 2 of those on entry to turn number 3. Todd Gordon, from what you're watching between these 2 titans fight it out for the top spot, does one of these 2 have a distinct advantage?
Well, right now Kyle Larson's got it because he's out in front, but you know, it's a great race and one to watch.
Doug
They come and
Larson
go.
has it.
We're out to almost 8 car lengths right now.
12 to
Kurt
go.
can get off of turn 4 as well, but he'll run him back down, making a little gain back to 7 now too.
11 laps to go. We're clear to the end. We're going to take you all the way to the checkered flag. It's been a great one here this afternoon, full of drama. Every time we looked away, a new twist, a new turn. Have we seen them all? Is it a day that belongs to Kyle Larson, Dave, or can Kurt Busch run him down and put the
Can
move
Kurt
on
Busch
him
run
and
down
take the
the
lead?
defending series champ? We've
We've
got a lot of laps to go to find out. That traffic may play a factor.
Around the chase, Elliott machine. Here comes Kurt with its 2.
Here he comes again at the midpoint of the backstretch. Kurt Busch in that second position, and he will drive hard, driving deep down into the corner, but it is still Kyle Larson with the lead.
Now Larson will change lanes and go to the bottom to dirty up the air on the nose of Kurt Busch's race car.
Larson
Larson's
changing
lead
lanes
is 3
here.
car lengths. Kurt Busch now with 10
10 to
laps
go.
to go is on the stalk.
Kyle Larson, no beginner. He knows exactly what he needs to do to try and make it difficult for Kurt Busch. Kurt is right there within a car length off turn 2.
Kurt Busch trying to decide what's next to try to catch Kyle Larson. Both of the top 2 closing in on slower traffic. They'll have to go to the outside this time in turn 4 to get around the left car of Eric Jones.
Kurt Busch better in turns 3 and 4, and he has cut it down. Just the car length, 9 to go. Kyle Larson across the line, the rear
9 to go.
mirror
This
full
time by.
of Kurt Busch.
Black car, Chris Buescher ahead. Here comes Kurt.
Here comes
Looking for
Kurt.
the wheel to the inside. He's got a fender up. He's up to the door. They're side by side off 2.
Here's Kyle Larson, still has has the lead, but Kurt
Door.
Busch applies the pressure. Now they're side by side off the end of the backstretch. They have to go to the outside.
Bumper.
Pusher car, the lead battle door to door.
And Larson up against the safer barrier, hangs on by a fender. Here comes Kurt Busch. They nearly lean on each other at the start-finish line. Headed to turn one.
Not
Kurt
clear,
Busch
still
by
not
a
clear,
nose.
still there.
Traffic dead ahead. J.J. Yaley will give way
Busch
to the
left
bottom.
that lap.
Kurt goes to the middle. Larson bangs the
They're
safer
banging.
barrier. He's
Contact. More contact.
as Kurt Busch gets away.
Kurt Busch opens up.
Kurt
by
Busch
two
trying to get away.
cars.
He can't.
Kyle Larson
Into the walls, Larson. Kurt Busch gets away with 8 laps to go.
But he finds himself riding in second.
Busch to the lead.
Laps to go.
Oh my.
And beginning to pull away now is brand new leader out front when it matters the most. Kurt Busch up by 5 on Kyle Larson.
One last bout with the safer barrier in turn 2 may have been the deciding factor, although Larson is digging hard, trying to reel it back in.
Kurt Busch goes back to work with that race lead on the backstretch now. He has to swing to the outside, coming back turn 3 to clear the lap car of Daniel Suarez. Kurt Busch, a 5-car length advantage off turn 4.
To the line, 6 laps to go in the AdventHealth 400. Kurt Busch to the stripe.
That contact with the wall may have just cost Kyle Larson this race.
0.5 of a second as they race to 1.
It is not over yet. Kyle Larson still there, still chasing. Kyle Busch is another 10 or 12 car lengths back, and then 10 more back to Denny Hamlin.
All of that traffic works its way off the end of the backstretch. Further back, Christopher Bell.
As we come to 5 laps. Still to go at Kansas.
Headed off turn 4, Kurt Busch.
5 laps to go. The hunter becomes the hunted. Kurt Busch now looking in the rearview mirror. And if anybody can run him down in just 5 laps, it's that guy running second, Kyle Larson.
He has not put a wheel wrong all afternoon. Has Kurt
Larson
Busch
trying to hunt down that 45.
And now he's got 10 car lengths of lead.
That's the way it is as they come back to turn number 3. Kurt Busch, 10 car lengths to the good. Kyle Larson second, another 10 car lengths back to Kyle Busch.
They keep each other in equal distance.
Keep your
between
friends
the top
close and your
4
enemies
because
closer.
Denny Hamlin, a good 8 or so
Immortal
car
rule
lengths
of NASCAR.
behind Kyle Busch. 4 laps to go. Kurt
4 to
Busch
go.
races off to 1.
If any more lap traffic comes into play, it'll be the Todd Gilliland machine and maybe Chase Briscoe. Kurt Busch has got almost half a straightaway open.
Here he comes now, right up next to the outside safer barrier. Kurt Busch, the race leader, sets the nose of his Toyota up toward the high side of turn number 3 and sets sail once again.
Last lap, 171 miles an hour for the race leader who has 4.5 miles to go. 3 to go here at the Kansas
3 to go this
Speedway
time.
for race leader Kurt Busch.
He's got all the lead he needs right now. The 10 car length advantage now is
Okay,
12.
we're at 4 to go. 7, 10.
Larson beginning to fall back into
We've got 3 to go. Now we're at 3 to go. 1.2 seconds is the lead between Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson. Challenge for second coming up for Larson. He has to fend off Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch for third.
They come up off of turn number 4. The aforementioned back markers are getting closer to the race leader's nose. Kurt Busch is closing in on the Todd Gilliland and Chase Briscoe car with 2 laps to go.
Here comes Kurt into turn number 1. He's got a little bit of daylight, a little bit of
2 to go.
between himself and Larson. Closing in now on Todd Gilliland off turn 2.
Off turn 2 and onto the backstretch comes Kurt Busch, the race leader.
Exclamation point, white flag in chat.
Number 3 takes a peek back up to the high side. Carefully guides his Toyota around to turn 4.
Kurt Busch, an absolute perfect weekend so far. Off 4. White flag is in the air here at the Kansas Speedway. One more time around this racetrack for Kurt Busch.
Around the lap traffic, the Todd Gilliland machine.
Final lap.
This weekend, if we can clean up our game, we'll win a...
Here they come to the checkered.
Outside of the Chase Briscoe car, coming off the end of the back straightaway. He's put the lap traffic behind him. He's put Kyle
Kurt
Larson
Busch
behind him. He's put
is
the
gonna-
field behind him. Kurt Busch, the leader.
Here he
Kurt
comes
Busch
up
through
off
3
of
and
turn
4.
number 4. Kurt Busch
For the final time, checkered flag is in the air, and Kurt Busch is going to win the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas.
Kurt Busch will take Michael Jordan to victory lane in the Heartland. Kurt Busch wins it. Kyle Larson is second. Kyle Busch goes third. Denny Hamlin finishes 4th, and Christopher Bell rounds out the top 5. Let's go to pit road.
They are celebrating down here, and I jumped up on the pit box with Billy Scott, and he jumped off the pit box. He is now celebrating on pit wall with the crew. They are high-fiving. There are hugs. A lot of emotion. These crews, these teams work so hard on racing and work so hard. Today the reward is winning as they get the win.
Kurt Busch wins it, Larson second, Kyle Busch third, Hamlin fourth, Christopher Bell comes home fifth. Then it's Truex, Chastain, Stenhouse, Alex Bowman, and Bubba Wallace coming home in 10th.
Here at the track, celebration coming your way. Here he comes now to the start-finish line. Career win number 34, the second for 2311 Racing. Kurt Busch is the winner at the Kansas Speedway.
And congratulations to Kurt Busch on winning at Kansas. I'm going to be done here. Let's raid Windy City Hockey. If I can find that is. Yeah, there he is. There he is, right here. Windy City Hockey, we're raiding ya. Get ready. I'll leave the link in the chat. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 for Mets Cardinals Game 1 of that 4-game set. Like, signing off. Peace out, sports fans. Rock on. Later.
Doesn't matter what kind of car you put him in, what kind of situation, the boy can get the job.